No, all of it is artificial. It's planned. We have a
Yeah,
script.
you're right.
We are working off of a script.
All these podcasts are fully scripted. That's why I haven't made
The
scripted
reason
videos.
the reason I haven't finished my script for my actual movie is because I've been too busy writing the scripts for the podcast.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
for us to follow the lines. And so anytime you see Audacity cut or like you see the video cut or something like that, that is because Troy fell out of line and I had to, you know, fucking take him out back and give him a good teaching.
Yeah.
With a chalkboard, and I don't know where the fuck this bit is.
Yeah, I was
Welcome to the
letting you do your
podcast,
thing.
everyone.
I was letting you go.
Yeah.
But hello, everybody.
No,
Welcome to today's newest episode of Fanboy Talk. Today is this is Troy. I'm Troyboy17 coming to you live. Today I'm joined by my co-host Mithi. How you doing, Mithi?
Hello, I am here. I am alive.
Maybe you shouldn't be alive because today is our Halloween. That wasn't a threat. Hang on, I want to make it clear. But today is our Halloween episode. I was trying to be like spooky.
I just said I'd take you out back and you out back and beat you up. So I don't know. I guess you got me back there. Welcome to Halloween. Is this coming out on Halloween? Or is it coming out the day before?
Really good question. I think I could. Sure, whichever.
Oh, okay,
we will
sure.
see. Who's to say?
I don't.
Who's to say?
This weekend is just Halloween. People
really
are celebrating Halloween now as if it is Halloween. The fact that Halloween is
one day is ridiculous. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely like an atrocious concept. Like the fact it should be like a week-long holiday. Like it's horrific, I say, you know?
Cuz it's more I feel like people celebrate Thanksgiving for longer just because
Thanksgiving's
families
a whole
come
weekend
together and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with this, it's like it's just the one day, and then sometimes it's even a weekday.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Man.
Imagine going to school on Halloween. I guess if you have a cool school that lets you wear costumes and stuff, that's fun.
You know what? You know what my parents used to do? So I wish I still have pictures. I probably have pictures somewhere. One of the first costumes I remember having was, guess what? The Batman 2004 suit.
Oh my god, that's really cool.
I
remember that one actually. I remember seeing that costume. I remember being really into that.
It was like the puffed up chest thing.
Yeah,
I would wear it and I'd be like, oh my god, this is so cool. The other one I had was this. It was a Spider-Man suit, right? But it was reversible. And if you reversed it, guess what it was?
Black suit?
It was a symbiote.
That's
it was a symbiote suit.
That's actually what he does.
So cool?
That's what he does in the comics. He just turns it inside out.
Yeah.
There's actually I saw a tweet saying like that's like one of the leaks with this black and gold suit.
Do we?
It's inside out. That's not how that works.
I'll talk about it later.
That's not how that works.
I'll talk about it later.
That's not how costumes work.
If you look at the expression on my face right now. Yeah.
Audio listeners, his face is how would you describe this face? It's like disapproving.
It's like his face right here. You know how he looks kind of disapproving
people don't always watch the
no
video.
One listens
there
to
are audio listeners too.
If you
we gotta keep...
I don't understand people who listen to audio because here's what I
listen to audio, motherfucker. I listen to audio. I'm doing shit.
Okay, but I don't use
some
Spotify.
People multitask. Some people are busy. Some people got lives.
I just open new tab. That's what I do. Like I just give myself YouTube views. That's what I do.
But what?
I
feel like the benefit of a podcast is that it's so accessible that you can do it while you're multitasking or playing Fortnite. But now I am
this is homework for you.
Oh no, we're making actually 3-hour video essays instead now.
We are making 3-hour video. This is a video essay caliber of quality.
Even then, those long video essays are not meant to be watched watched.
No.
Yeah,
like the only ones I can say arguably are kind of meant to watch are maybe some of like High Tops and Bailey's and a few other people.
Yeah, those aren't like sorry. When I think of video essays, I think like I break it into like two groups. There's like the High Tops that are like full on video essays, like with really proper editing and shit. But then there's the like Jenny Nicholson's and the Sarah Zeds. That's literally
those are more podcasty,
podcasty and stuff. And like I think I would like to do more videos like that, but I'm not smart enough, you know?
There's like those two divisions, and then there's this other division. There was this meme. It was like a Twitch clip of like 39 Daff was reacting to someone talking about a video essay. And it was, the person was talking about some kind of game. I forgot what it was. Maybe it was Resident Evil. And they're like, but before we get into this, first we must break down the second law of thermodynamics. And I was like, that's a different type of video essay. Where like those are like 8 hours long.
There's
for reason.
The world famous it's like a Mario 64 speedrunning video, and he talks about like, and he's like, these are the tactics, and this is the most important tactic. But before I can explain how this backwards long jump works, first we have to understand parallel universes. And he
Yeah.
goes, it's like, it makes sense and it's fun. I think there are times when there's a little too much context for YouTube videos.
Yeah. Which maybe this is insulting to gamers, but I see it more with gamers than I do with movie video
That's
essays.
fair.
You know?
Well,
I don't know
a
why.
lot of that does come
but-
sometime, not to like shit on people and shit. And I know like NerdSync has his like no context only no content only context, like that's his running joke. He's got content.
Yeah.
That motherfucker makes great shit.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't go that deep into it and shit. But
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
like there are times when it feels like, okay, you're padding the fuck out of this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you
I
really need
have
to go
done
into
that
the history
myself.
of film to explain why SpongeBob is a good show?
Yeah, and I feel like when I was doing my Mark of Athena video essay, I was kind of struggling with that too, where I'm like, if the people watching this video are just people who have read the book, do I need to explain the book for 5
that's
minutes?
another
Maybe,
type. Like,
maybe not. Yeah.
yeah, like there's like a fine line, because it's like you want to make it accessible to people who haven't engaged with the media, like ideally. But at the same time, it's like there's a little bit of like common sense involved with like you don't have to explain the first book ever written when you're talking about Mark of Athena, you know. We're in
Yeah,
costume,
and
by the way. I feel like we haven't. I feel like I haven't addressed this.
We are in costume.
I am.
You have to
Yeah,
talk
today's
about
our
your
Halloween
costume.
episode. I'm in costume. I'm the world famous David S. Pumpkins.
I'm David S. Pumpkins. I can't do the voice properly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
there
pretty
you
good.
not-
Mithi, do
that's
you want
very
to
good.
unveil your costume right now?
All right. I
I don't know what
not
this
really
is.
a big costume person. I just thought of this like randomly.
I told
'cause
you we
it's
were. I told
funny,
you
and
to
it's
put on
this
a costume
podcast.
like 2 hours ago. You had
Yeah.
no time
So then
to
I was
prepare.
like, okay. So this is my costume.
Oh god,
I
don't know
am
what
the
this is. I'm
world
scared.
famous, infamous, the most amazing person in the entire world. I am Jeff Bezos.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh Jesus Christ!
It's me, Troy.
This is gonna
Your
feel like an
greatest
ad.
enemy.
Oh no, people are gonna skip ahead. People are gonna skip ahead to a different topic, and they're gonna
It's
think,
me.
"Oh, he's sponsored by Amazon today."
me.
Oh, that's pretty fucked up. I
Watch
thought
The
he hated
Boys on
billionaires.
Amazon.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's me, Jeff Bezos, Troy, the demon of your nightmares.
Oh my god! Speaking
Was
of
this
fucking
worth it?
rich
Was
people,
it-
did you see this fucking Facebook thing? Sorry,
Yes,
Meta.
I
It's
love
called-
it.
What
I
the
love
fuck?
it.
What the fuck kind of name is that? I'm
It's
just
so stupid. It is so absolutely
It gives
stupid.
me the, and like
I love
I
it
don't know,
so
like
much.
they say it's for like PR and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's something else to it, because like, do you remember when Google changed their name like a couple years ago to Alphabet Inc?
Yes, to Alphabet.
Yeah,
But that wasn't even Google. It was like because
it was the parent company.
Google.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what I think is going to happen?
I think Facebook is still gonna be
Just
Facebook.
Facebook.
I think.
That's what I thought. Too.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Meta owns Oculus and stuff like that. So it's not tied to the social media. It's tied. That's my guess. I didn't watch the fucking presentation because I don't care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Mark
me neither.
Zuckerberg, you know.
Is Sweet Baby Ray's in the top of the shelf? Did you see that? He had Sweet Baby Ray's in the top of his shelf. It was
I
so
did see that.
fucking
Oh, I
funny.
did see that. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Connor Eats Pants pointed it out. It was hilarious.
It's this whole thing, man. I'm so rich
It's
people
beautiful.
are weird.
It's
Rich people
rich
are fucking
people are weird. And I am now one of them. I am Jeff Bezos. Look at my
I was
workers.
talking with Olivia about
Look at
this.
all
Not
of
to
them.
look at all your workers. Not to get into,
All
not to
those
get too much
crates-
into
All those
this.
crates are piss. All those crates are
Stop.
just filled
Oh,
with
Jesus
piss.
Christ.
Yep.
Not to, we don't have to spend too much time on this, but I genuinely believe that there is a class war coming up pretty soon. I think we are in the
Probably.
midst of a French Revolution style class warfare.
I think something will happen within at least the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah,
that,
I think in my
it's gonna
lifetime.
just-
Yeah, and I'm gonna be
Yeah,
livid. I'm gonna
we
be
will
so
see it.
excited for it.
Yep. You're gonna be so excited. I wonder because we were listening to it on the and Eddie podcast. That's what I'm gonna call it right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Where Eddie said, it was like, how am I supposed to make commentary videos like when fucking like aliens show up or something?
Yeah.
You know?
No, he said. I think he
They were
said
like,
that in his.
imagine the same.
Yeah, he said that in the alien video. Yeah.
He said
He's like,
that
how
in
do you
the
make
video
YouTube
too.
video? Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't. But
How
like,
the fuck do you make
I
Spider-Man
guess for you-
videos when there's a global pandemic going on? Oh, it's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really hard
Yeah,
to.
exactly. And I think you just have to ride the line. Not
Yeah.
ride the line. You just have to go hard in. Just be like, this is about Spider-Man, and also Tony Stark is Jeff Bezos now, and I'm just gonna shame Jeff Bezos for.
You mean like what I fucking you mean the video that got me in trouble? You mean the exact video that got me in trouble?
What video? What video are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm not
Just it
familiar
was
with
some.
this.
It was just something that nobody ever brings it up.
Just a passing thought. Don't ever bring that up to me, you peasant. I am Jeff Bezos. You will never bring.
I would actually. Okay, here's a question.
That's what I am.
If you were given an audience with Elon Musk, like all three separate things, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, what would you say?
Yeah.
In each different, or it could be the same thing to each of them. To a group.
I would hand him. You want me to be the realistic answer?
Sure.
And I'm ashamed of saying this, but this is a realistic answer. I'd hand them a resume and ask for a data analyst.
That's valid. That's
there.
very valid, though. Like that's not your fault. I mean, that's not your fault.
Do. I'm trying to get.
There is no way to ethically exist in
okay?
capitalism without,
That's what realistically I would do.
Yeah, that's valid.
That's the one thing I would do. Otherwise, I mean, if I was just being like imagine I was settled, I was a movie director, and then I showed up to them. The unethical thing would be like, hey, can you give me funding for my next movie?
Yeah.
And then the other thing would just be, hey, you guys know, like, there are people that hate you guys, and I would because
there are people that hate you.
That hate you guys. But there's a thing where I would, if I have the chance to like interview them, right, and like understand how they think, I think what I would do is I wouldn't be confrontational with them, because there's a point where being confrontational doesn't really amount to anything. And I think the best example of this, and you're gonna laugh at me, is Venom, where he's like, "Oh, you killed all these people."
Through. No, you're right though. You're right though.
That's not gonna amount to anything. If you ask someone a question like that, or you confront them like that, it's not gonna happen. If Trump saw all the protesters protesting something he was doing, the protesters aren't going to do anything to him, because he's going to be listening to fucking Michael Jackson in his earbuds or something. I don't know. I don't think he listens to Michael Jackson.
He might. You never know. He might.
Thinking of another controversial figure that made music once. But then if you have a chance to sit down with them, like, the guy who interviewed him, who was like straight up asking him the important questions in that one like Australian interview, you do it like that, where you're confronting them about issues, but in a way that they're still comfortable to answer those questions.
Yeah.
I would find a way to do that with them, where I'm asking them questions about stuff where they're not. I warm them up before making them uncomfortable.
That's valid. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd probably just Fortnite dance. I don't know.
That's probably the better option.
Just default dance on them. Or no, I would ask Mark Zuckerberg. I would ask Mark Zuckerberg what he thinks about Eric Albright.
Oh, yeah. That's actually probably a better option.
I wonder. I'm gonna guarantee he doesn't even fucking remember that. I'm gonna guarantee
I'm gonna guarantee he didn't watch the movie. I don't think
he watched. Of course, he didn't fucking watch the movie. There's no fucking way.
Why would he?
He doesn't watch movies.
He turned it on, and then he
doesn't engage with media. He doesn't get entertained. These people are so far above like what we are like capable of comprehending as like regular humans, that there's no way we can like relate with them. They're not gonna fucking watch the media about them.
You know what probably happened? He turned it on, right? And then he walked out, and then he went to his grill, and he started grilling with his Sweet Baby Ray's. Yeah, make sure he was grilling with his Sweet Baby Ray's.
Who decided to put that there?
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's just standing
I feel so bad. I feel
like
so bad because I hate
knows.
Facebook so fucking much, but I do really like the Oculus Quest. I do really like it.
It's just I got
it right here, baby.
Because
it's right here. It's right on my. Hang on, here. We'll be VR.
There we go. No, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, there we are.
Be in VR.
Whoa.
You know what's my version of VR? I'm just gonna look at my phone really closely. That's my version.
There you go. Whoa.
There we go.
Whoa. Is that Mark Zuckerberg?
Holy shit. I can see the time. It's 8:55 right now. Whoa. That's what I can see. No, you know what's probably funny? It's probably because it was a set design thing. Because that's not a real place. That is like a fictional
that is a
place
warehouse
that they have crafted to get.
There's a warehouse they paint. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like YouTube setups and like backdrop videos because I'm trying to figure out what my shit's gonna be.
It's also really blurred. Is it? I don't know if any of the object, because I never watched the full broadcast. I just saw little clips and then the thing.
He's just got that really low aperture, baby.
What if it's just like a green screen thing, or it's like an OLED?
That'd be fucking wild.
Or like, because that makes the most sense to me. Because then it's
if it is a green screen, I want the base background so that I could use it for my videos.
Yeah,
I want to be on that backdrop.
Spider-Man video essay. That's what you know. I do like the thing I've realized now with companies, and they did it with the Spider-Man No Way Home thing, where he's running away with Doc Ock in the background. these companies know what they're doing with memes.
and it makes me uncomfortable.
They're like,
I'm not a fan of that. I
it's
miss when brands
unsettling,
would like try
almost.
really hard to appeal to to digital media and digital like the internet and stuff, and they would fail horribly.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah.
And it just feels
Yeah.
so like
And
the fact that they're like everybody's trying like they tried really hard with the baby nut thing and that failed,
yeah.
but that's a good example where like they thought they
Mhm.
were doing something. And it
Yeah.
shows that kind of most of the time I think a lot of these memes actually might be ads. I have
Yeah.
this feeling
And it's like,
you know,
and like the Doc Ock thing was very, and the thing I kind of thought was funny about the Doc Ock thing is it a little bit backfired because
Yeah.
not a lot of people use that.
I
as
saw
a
some
meme
people
template,
using it, but
you know?
yeah, it wasn't like their most it wasn't like flooding the
But
TL.
it was just making fun of Spider-Man. It didn't expand past Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the goal of that template was for it to be just the next new thing.
Yeah.
Um,
They wanted
but
to
then
replace
I
that
know
one meme
now-
of the guy running and the guy up in the
Yeah.
air, which
It-
that's the funniest
it's
picture
just-
on the planet.
It's like the levels of self-awareness, you know, and
Yeah.
the more you go up the ladder of self-awareness, the kind of worse it becomes sometimes.
Yeah, and just
sometimes
it
it's
feels so
good.
disingenuous so much of the time, you know?
Mhm.
And like it
Yeah.
makes me wonder like was Baby Yoda a plant? Did they know what they were doing?
Probably.
I don't
Probably.
like to think so cuz I always felt like that was something cuz I don't know. I don't think Baby Yoda was because like that was like they didn't have merch for that. You know? They didn't have any they didn't
And
have
they
they had like a
just started
couple
up
like
merch for
really
that.
shitty shirts and that's it. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but
That
like
is
it
true.
feels like maybe ever since then these companies have been trying to
Going
make
into
the next
season
Baby
2,
Yoda. Oh yeah.
Going into season 2, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, you can
Yeah.
tell with the way that things happen in season
Yeah,
2.
and
that
that's why
they were,
certain
like,
certain
merch.
like scenes in season 2 feel so much weirder. You know?
Especially like him meditating or whatever the fuck that was in like episode 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, what's going on here? It's like just an excuse for a cutesy awkward moment.
Yeah.
And some of those are fine, but then, you know, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, what's going on here? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think it's with all this promotion. Did you hear about the thing that that Pokimane is working on now, where she like
No.
wants this thing to pull? So she just announced it like yesterday, and it's like it's not an agency quite because it's not like them reaching out to agents, but basically it's a company for brand integration. So like when a company like fucking Chipotle or something reaches out to try to sponsor a Twitch streamer, they step in to be like, okay, this is how you actually do the promotion. So it's more consulting work kind of.
Okay.
And the
I don't hate
idea
that.
is good because it's advocating for the actual streamers themselves, and
Yeah.
they're not making all their money off of streamers, they're making their money off of the businesses themselves. So it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to do pretty well, but then I hope it doesn't become too big, because then it's just like another fucking machinima kind of thing where it's like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
just a
another
huge
it's almost
thing
like an MCN basically when you get
yeah,
too big
like almost
that.
like an
Yeah.
yeah. And I right now it's not an MCN, but if it becomes huge, it might end up being like that, just because they have to like a web grows all ways, not just one direction.
Yeah,
you know, and
one
I
direction.
feel like if it gets
Love
too
1D.
big, then that's fuck. Why did I fucking say One Direction?
you know who I am. You should know this.
Yeah,
But that's interesting though. I was talking with somebody about like they were interviewing me for like a school project and stuff, and they were like proposing like the idea of like a what was the term they used, like a group of creators to like be the middleman between everybody else and YouTube's like regulations and stuff, like have like a group of people that have dealt with the bullshit in like 6 or 7 people and then have a direct line to fucking YouTube CEO or whoever makes the decisions with it to say like, hey, this is pretty fucked up, or you know, hey, make these changes because these would actually help creators and stuff. So something like that's not a bad idea. I don't always hate that, but yeah, if it gets too big, that's kind of weird. That could get kind of.
And the thing that's happened, because YouTube has tried doing that in the past, like they have their YouTube agents, like Juan something, the guy.
Yeah,
who,
but they're all
did an
people that like we
interview
don't.
with-
They're all people that are
and-
like, they're made like. They're
One,
not
they've
people
made
that
it,
have dealt
which
with
that's
the
not-
issues. Yeah.
Exactly. One, they've made it, which isn't inherently a problem, but the problem is they become YouTube employees. They're now working for YouTube essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that was the problem, is if they were gonna do something like this, I think it's called RTS is a new thing that Pokimane made. If that was like a Twitch thing, like if Twitch made
would
that,
be really
that
weird
would be a
if- yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Because it would be a Twitch related thing.
Yeah, it's
And,
like
I mean,
Fanbit Fanbit got bought out. Fanbit was a way to like it's how I got most of my sponsors early in the day. Fanbit got bought out by YouTube and by Google and shit. And so now
Yeah.
and so now it's just part of your YouTube thing. And so brands come to you based on your YouTube, and you can't
Yeah, but
reach
then
out
that
for brands,
doesn't,
and it's like it doesn't work anymore.
because that just, they want to cut that connection. And I think
Yeah.
that's the problem, is if you want to have something like that, that has to be an independent organization that something like YouTube or some platform still respects. But I don't think that's ever going to happen, because the power is still in YouTube's hands, because they
Yeah.
are the platform.
Yeah.
So I don't think, if unless something like that has like a huge following behind it, and like a
Yeah, I
creator
think
just
it would
sacrifices
have to be
everything
like
for
it would
that,
have to be
I
people
don't.
like fucking Markiplier, or like people that
Yeah.
already
Yep.
have their following, and like it wouldn't be like their main thing. It wouldn't be their main career. It would be like, oh, this is just a side thing that I do to help creators, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, people with connections to YouTube, but not intrinsically tied to YouTube.
Yeah, because it's
know?
like if
Because
it
that's
were like
kind of,
fucking like if it were like I'm like I like Lazagoshi and stuff, but like there are certain people that feel like YouTube's babies, you know?
they are YouTube.
They are
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like not even like if they don't, not even if they directly work with YouTube, but like YouTube will push them harder, and you can tell, and like you
Or
can
their
tell when somebody's
managers are from YouTube.
yeah,
You know?
or
Their
like
managers or their team will be
they're
from
brand
YouTube.
safe YouTube people that have never
Yeah.
like broken the rules, or like have never said the F word, you know, not the real F word, but the fuck, never said fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Thank you for saying that to
Hey, listen, I want to make it clear.
Yeah. But I think that's why Twitch is a little bit more volatile, I
Yeah.
want to say. Because with Twitch, I mean, you have still Twitch partners and Twitch affiliates and stuff like that, but I mean, a lot of people are Twitch affiliates and a lot of people are Twitch partners. But at least with that, they signed contracts.
Yeah.
So like Tim the Tap Man just signed a contract. He switched all the way to YouTube. Dr. Disrespect always all the way went to YouTube. Fucking Ninja and Shroud went to the fucking Facebook Mixer thing or whatever. Yeah. So it's like these people, although they are considered brand safe to some extent, they still can jump around different platforms just because live streaming is big on so many platforms. Although Twitch is the biggest, it's still big on so many platforms. And I think the problem with YouTube is it's just too big to be able to have something like that be sustainable, because there's no caveat, you know, if it doesn't work out. But
yeah, that makes sense.
That's corporations. I am Jeff Bezos. I know everything.
We love corporations. My favorite people, billionaires, you know.
Yep. I mean, fuck, I am talking about Twitch way too much. God damn it.
Twitch is, I mean, I don't watch Twitch and shit, but like I'm so interested by the economics of it, because it's like it's so vastly different from how YouTube works. It's interesting.
And
to
it's even because I mean, so much of it is just based on Amazon Prime now. You know, like Prime
that's right.
sub is like a big thing, and I think it's insane that like YouTube hasn't found anything to compete. Like,
you would think like at least YouTube Premium would give you like the ability to like, because you know how they have the partner stuff, like, or what is it called? You can join a YouTuber. There's that join button. It's basically Patreon
members
built. Yeah, members. Yeah. And it's Patreon built into YouTube, and it's worse than Patreon because YouTube takes more than Patreon does. But like you'd think like if you, and not everybody's YouTube Premium, but like you'd think if you have YouTube Premium, you could say, all right, join this one creator and they get $6 a month or something, you know?
Exactly.
I guess that's, or I guess I don't know. I don't know how that works and stuff.
And I guess, I mean, that thing with YouTube too is that it's like if you do that more, there are just more people that pop off on YouTube too.
Yeah.
In general, so that's a different thing. I don't understand how TikTok works behind the scenes, because I don't watch
TikTok.
TikTok
Is insane to me. TikTok is fucking the wild west. I won't lie,
Yeah.
and I like that about it, but it's crazy.
Like, what does monetization look like? I mean, I assume you get money.
I think there are ads on TikTok, but I think mainly most of
they're
it.
not yours specifically, right? Because ads will just
Really
show up
good
randomly.
question. I think that's why they're mainly sponsored posts on TikTok. Like if you're scrolling through somebody's like account, you know, like if you click on fucking anybody's account, like you're not gonna get ads on there. So I think they're mainly sponsors.
Yeah.
But, and that's why there's so much growth that like I don't know. That's a good point actually. I don't know
because I feel like
deets of that.
Because I mean, Vine was kind of like that too for a bit. But the thing with Vine is people would pop off on Vine and then plug their YouTube, or they would plug.
And that's what YouTube's kind of like, or that's what Twitch is kind of, or TikTok is kind of like. But like the TikTok audience is so
TikTok.
Yeah, like I know tons of like really fucking funny people on TikTok that have like millions of followers on TikTok, and then I go to their YouTube because it's like I like them. What's her name? Slow Puke, I think is her name. She's really funny, and I go to her YouTube and it's like 10, like not even 10K, like 6K subscribers. And it's
Yeah.
like, did none of the people from TikTok go to your YouTube? Is like,
It's like, because then you look at the ratios on those likes and it's like,
Ratio.
Jesus Christ, why did I
Sorry.
say ratio? That was my other idea, is just to wear a white shirt that said ratio on
That
it,
would have
and
been
then I
funny.
decided
That would have been very funny.
That would have been funny. That would have been
Yeah.
funny. Okay, I just decided to be your arch nemesis instead.
That's fine.
So I thought,
That's
yeah.
well, you're not Elon. I would say Elon is my arch nemesis just because I
Elon is
hate.
your-
He's so fucking annoying. Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Bezos is also annoying. They're all equal. I hate them all equally, but I think I hate Elon just a little teeny tiny bit more.
Yeah,
You know?
just because he tries to meme. And
He's just so it's so fucking annoying. I'm not gonna get it because he was in Iron Man 2. That's my problem. He was in Iron Man 2, and then everybody said,
ruined
"Oh,
that
he's
movie.
the real life Iron Man." And then fucking everybody
Yeah.
decided to make. Then they made Tony and Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, and then
I gotta
every
get
time
into
now
it.
they make every time they make a real Iron Man suit, they're like, "Let's show it to Elon Musk," and I'm like, "Just use it yourself."
I don't. What did
Why?
What did he do to like earn this like title of the real life Iron Man?
He
He
said memes, but he was also rich. Those are the two things.
Yeah,
The reason
honestly.
Jeff Bezos isn't regarded like that is because he didn't make enough memes.
So true.
That's the only reason.
And he didn't
So
throw away his
Stan
money on stupid
Musk-
ego projects. Oh no, he did. He went to space.
That's true.
He did.
Yeah, that's right. Did you see that video of him and the Star Trek dude, where the Star Trek dude is like,
I
what's his
did.
name?
Yeah, William Shatner.
And-
He's
and
like
then
having
he's
this
just
like
like,
emotional
"There's some
reaction.
champagne."
He's fucking like
Yeah.
he's like basically on the verge of tears because the concept of space is such a beautiful and like grand idea to normies like him. Normies like William Shatner, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is just like, hey, champagne.
Hey, champagne. Yeah, let's get some champagne. I want some champagne. And I'm like,
Fucking
okay,
ridiculous. Fucking.
dude.
Oh my god.
Was he wearing his cowboy hat in that one too?
I think so. I'm
I
gonna
want to
assume
say
yes.
he was. That's
I'm gonna
that's
assume.
still so fucking. Have you seen? Do you know Lego Edbound?
No, I don't
he
think
makes
so.
videos. Edbound. He makes like Lego stop motion. He did one where it was like Spider-Man Attack of Jeff Bezos, and it's like Jeff Bezos goes into
That's
space.
just Spider-Man
and he
1.
comes back.
It's just
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff Bezos goes to space and like he and Jameson are there to take photos. But then Bezos comes back, but with the symbiote.
Oh my god.
So then like it's just like it's Bezos, but he has like fucking like the Ninjago like black mask, and then he has a black cowboy hat and like all black suit, and it's like Bezos Prime or whatever.
Jesus
and it's
Christ.
like they're like drones that fire, and it's like Amazon drone ready to help, and it all just shoots at him and shit.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
funniest fucking stop
really
motion that
funny.
I've seen in a long time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But I love people making fun of Jeff Bezos, which is
We
why
love it.
I am him today. Please hire me. I love your AWS products. I use AWS all the time. Or just give me a contract so I don't have to work forever.
I'm not even gonna ask what AWS is.
AWS, Amazon Web Services. That's what. It's
Oh,
called.
interesting.
Yeah. There's that one analogy where they're like, if the fucking Los Pollos Hermanos is like just everything that Amazon has on Amazon Web Services, AWS is like the crack that they sell. Like that's how they actually make their money.
Okay,
And then
interesting.
That's the.
Oh
the
no!
joke
Did
that
my
they-
Batman video get 3,000 likes?
Did your Batman?
Oh
video get
no!
3,000
I think
likes?
my video on the Batman just hit 3,000 likes. Oh
No,
fuck!
it did.
Oh, I have to do season
Oh,
2
boy.
now. Oh
Now I have to do
no!
season 2.
I was
Now I have
literally
to do
just thinking to
season
myself
2.
about how I don't want to do commentaries anymore.
Now you just have to season
Oh
2.
no!
You want to do it with me? I'll come in and just say,
Honestly,
hey,
yeah.
that's cool.
Honestly, we should. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But
I just want to do the Batgirl episodes and the season 3 stuff. But that
we'll
that
figure it
videos
out.
will if that gets 5K likes, then you do season 3. How
yeah,
about that?
we'll see.
On the second video,
Yeah.
if you do it.
But anyway, it's been 30 minutes. Did you do anything this weekend? Did you do anything this week?
Oh, what did I do this weekend? I've been writing the script for the short. I said on Twitter I'm working on a short, but I don't want to spoil too much because I want it to be a surprise. But I did finish the script. It's like 5 pages long, and I will most likely. I think I got a confirmation like just a few minutes ago on my phone. I will probably be shooting it next week. So expect some behind the scenes stories or something like that either next week or something like that. It'll be fun. I wrote this script in with the stuff I did last year in mind. So it's going to be fun to kind of go back and shoot. And it's just been a long time. The last time I shot with actors was in April. And for some reason that feels like forever for me. So then now going back, I'm just really excited to be working with actors again because everything else I've been doing is just like 30-unit shooting of like different locations, and now I get to actually like direct again, and I'm just really excited to be back in the directing seat. But yeah,
That's
what
cool.
I've been.
That's
That's
fun.
the one thing I've been doing. I'm trying to think of what else did I do. What else did I watch? I'm a basic bitch, So I watched Mission Impossible Fallout again.
Of course.
But this time I watched on my wide monitor, so I was like having the immersive experience of no black bars. And it was better for some. I just really liked it. I never paid attention to it because it's my favorite movie, and I just get engrossed with the fact that it's my favorite movie. But like, the Foley effects are really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like the bathroom fight scene where it's like he's doing he's pulling the thing out of the sink and he's doing it. When he moves the stick, it's like all those like hollowy like effects when you like move a tube around and it like makes those like whirlwind sounds. And I was like, that's really cool. Yeah. I just noticed that.
That fight's really cool. That's a good fight.
Yeah.
We love that fight.
What else did you watch? I'll think of what else I watched too. But
I watched quite a bit actually. I watched okay. What do I start with? We're watching The Circle still. That's a very I'm actually really liking it. It's really fun. Yeah. It's like
really?
We watched it as like a joke at first, and then we actually got really into it, and like we got emotional. It actually got like really sweet, and I really like it. I don't really have a ton to say on it because like we're only like 6. We watched it like basically all day yesterday.
How many episodes is it?
There's 3 seasons and it's like 12 episodes a season, but they're like long episodes. They're like 45 minutes.
Oh.
I think reality show, if you're like not like a drama, your show should not be more than fucking 30 minutes. Like, I know we were just talking about What If and like the limitations and shit like that, but like if you're a fucking reality show like made to be funny and shit, just cut it off there. Let me fucking watch it on the treadmill and shit.
Is it laugh track stuff or is it just
it's like a but oh my god, the editing in that show is fucking phenomenal. I'm not kidding when it is probably the best edited show I've seen in forever. Just it is whoever the editor is probably the funniest person on the planet. I want to meet them and just like talk with them because they're hysterical. Literally, my favorite bit in all of life, in all of media, is like when somebody will say like, "Oh, I'll bet this is happening," and then it cuts to somebody else being like, "Oh, this is not happening." It's like the exact opposite. So many times, because you know how the game works where it's like people are just like stuck in their rooms and they talk through social media and they pretend to be different people and stuff, and like one of the people will be like, oh, they're playing right into my trap, they're falling right into my hand, you know, I got them right where I want them, and then it'll cut to the person and be like, I'm not fucking falling for this. It'll be like immediately, it's the funniest thing. They do it so many times and it always works, and I love it. It's peak editing. It's so good.
I think that's what the Jubilee videos need then. Yeah. Because like the Jubilee videos that are like the similar concept of that, it's like, I don't know, a lot of them seem kind of drawn out because I watch like people react to them and stuff.
Wait, the X-Men? Wait, what?
No, fuck. Like
I read comic books.
You read comic books.
I actually don't. I haven't read comics in so fucking long. I literally have these like on my fucking or not. I guess it's not gonna show them. Well, I'm never gonna show them. I've got the new Green Arrow stuff.
Put it in front of your chest. That's what I figured out. You put it in
the mic's there. The mic's here. I'm not gonna bump this.
Yeah. What the fuck is the mic is a fucking, I don't know what I was going for there.
The mic is the reason we have this podcast.
That's what I do. Yeah.
The only reason I decided to make a podcast is because I like this mic so much and I wanted to keep using it.
That's really why. Yeah. I'm starting to fall out of love with this mic. I don't know why. Maybe I just need a cover.
Dude, I gotta be real. Get this fucking mic, dude. Get it, brother.
What mic is this? This is the condenser mic thing that you have?
It's the one. Yeah, it's the dynamic mic. I told you about it like every day.
Yes, you did. Oh yeah, I remember.
I was obsessed with it.
Look at this dynamic mic.
It's so good. It's so good. There's no reverb. There's no background noise. So cool. I love it.
It's so cool. That's what it is. It's so cool. Yeah. I watched Young Justice episode.
Yeah, how is 4. it? I started to watch it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, is it good?
How far are you in?
I am 2 minutes in, and then I was like, I don't really know if this is for me.
Tell me what.
The way that they write Young Justice is different than I remember. It feels like I don't want to say it because it's like it's not bad yet.
It's not,
but it's written like it's still on Cartoon Network for children, and like I get that it is. I get that that's the demographic, but sometimes I'm like, the way that people like are expressing their emotions, it just feels kind of like they didn't really do another run through of the script. You know,
Doug and I were talking about it, and I'm still working on a video for it that hopefully will come out before the end of the year. I really want it to come out sometime next month, if I can get it done in time. But with Young Justice, especially for season 3 and kind of with season 4, it's just that like they state their emotions more. Even in the even in season 1 and 2, they would state their emotions, but they were kids and like it made sense during certain scenes.
People are still feeling like kids even when they're like 30.
Yeah, and in season
Yeah.
2, some of the decisions and actions that these characters take are so drastic that it does warrant that discussion.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas in season 3, these are like adults talking so directly to the camera, even though it is an R-rated show during season 3. So
Hmm.
it's just, there are things that don't fit, the style of the show. And
Yeah, the vibe has been
it's
kind of
not
off
just not
lately.
the same. Exactly. But with season 4, me and Doug were talking about this, it's better. I can
Okay.
tell that it's better, but it's still doing some of the same mistakes, I think, as season 3 did. Like,
Okay.
it's not doing all the same mistakes, but like, you can tell that they're being very direct about character arcs. Like, oh my god, she feels this way. Oh my god, I feel this way too. And then this is what we're going to say about this. And then let's make a statement on the situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, with Nolan, he is cold in his dialogue,
Yeah.
And so even though they're talking about emotions or whatever, all of the delivery is cold, so it still fits that tone. It's
Yeah.
it's like a calculated thing. Whereas with this show, it's like they're like normal people, and they like talk happy and they talk sad and they talk like normal people. That none of it feels calculated, even though the dialogue itself is very just crafted from like the bare bones of what they're feeling. And
Yeah.
that's why I just think characters that used to be really strong aren't as strong anymore. But in season 4, with the episodes that we saw, they're just doing a better job narratively balancing it, at least, because
Okay,
we're still
that's good.
focused on these characters. And dude, episode 4 is like, holy fuck. I'm just
Okay.
like, oh shit.
I need to like
the-
properly start it then. I just like part of it also was I forgot what the fuck happened last season. I
did
don't
too.
remember
I
a
did too.
single
That's why I'm
goddamn thing.
struggling
Like,
with my
like
video.
I'm fucking, I got like 2 minutes into it, and I see fucking McGann and Connor, and they're like, their wedding and shit, like, or like they're talking about the wedding and like the rings and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, like,
Yeah,
like,
and
like,
they didn't
what's
really
like,
address it in
am
the
I
last
supposed to
season.
remember this? Like,
I think either some of it got cut out last season or something, but they are basically back together after briefly, I think, being
Okay.
apart or something like that.
and
then
like,
I'm
I remember last
okay,
season that was a
whatever.
thing too with like all the Roys. Because like they brought in,
Yeah.
like I only remember one other
Which
Roy.
that was a funny
I don't
episode.
remember. That was
That
a
was-
fun episode, but it was like
Yeah.
as somebody that like I watched it and I really liked
Yeah.
it. I haven't really gone to rewatch the first 2 seasons in forever.
I don't know. So in that episode, there
Yeah.
are 3 Roys and
Yeah.
then there's 1 Dick. 3 Roys and a Dick. That's
Love
what it's,
that.
That's
Yeah.
that's a great video on Lively.
Because one is obviously the original Roy. One is the clone
Yes.
that became Arsenal. Who the fuck
Yeah.
is the
No,
other one? Oh,
so
one is Guardian.
The original is the one that became Arsenal because
Yeah.
he was
Because
got
he was
captured
he had
and
the
then
arm cut off,
and
became
then
clone. Yeah.
the clone is the one that is like the Roy that we know, I
Yeah.
guess, and that's the guy who's the head honcho with the beard.
Yeah.
Will now they call him.
Yeah,
Will
that's
now,
what
which
I think. That's
gets
what freaks me.
distracting.
That's what fucked me up. That they changed his name.
Yeah,
Like I get it.
it's like a Rick Grayson thing, but it's
Yeah.
Will, not Roy. So it just like they should have called. They should have called him Troy. They should have called
Honestly,
him
Troy Harper, I kind of fuck with that.
Yeah, Troy
Kind of
Harper.
fuck with it.
That would be cool. Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
good cosplay shit then too. I mean, I'm Troy Harper. But and then Guardian is technically a Roy clone, but I
didn't
did they
know
ever
that.
address it, or
Yeah.
either he's a Roy clone or he's his cousin. But I'm not sure.
Which that's even weirder that his cousin looks identical to him.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't. And some part of it is just the animation just went downhill.
Yeah,
throughout everything in
yeah.
season 3. So no matter what, you can't tell differences with any of the characters. The animation is better this season, but it's very much the thing of like when Miss Martian like has a mental thought thing. They all go into like a black like thing where they analyze all the panels, and it's like, okay, you can tell that they didn't have the animation to keep up these backgrounds.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's
whatever.
valid. I just sometimes it feels like the writing isn't up to par. I don't know. I need to keep watching it, so like I don't want to say anything yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'll probably
it's the
I'll watch
first-
it. I'll watch it eventually. I think.
When
There's
you're-
gonna be a lot of fucking episodes though.
There's gonna be a lot of
lot.
episodes. And I think it's gonna be 23 or 24.
I feel like
or
I might
something like that.
I might just wait till it's all done then.
That might be, but the thing I think maybe if you're gonna wait until the first like half.
Oh,
of the
that's right. They
season's
do
done.
a mid-season
they-
break and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So then maybe we just watch that.
Because I remember last season, like watching it weekly, I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
that's what I did too. Yeah, I
like
was
it just didn't do
numb
it,
by
and
the
like I
end of
kept
it.
waiting
Yeah.
for something to happen every week, and then nothing ever did, and it was just
too
really
much
weird.
stuff happened. That was my thing. Is too much stuff was going on.
I
that,
think
like,
I was
barely
waiting for
any of it
stuff to
mattered.
happen involving the main cast, involving like the
Yeah.
and like I didn't
And they
hate the
didn't.
new people. I thought they were cool. I thought they were fine.
The main cast in episode 4 will show you this. This is a main cast season.
Yeah.
You can tell,
And
other than a few of the outsiders.
I wouldn't hate it if every episode, if every season was about a new group. That'd be kind of interesting. But it's like they still have that main original Young Justice cast in the background, and it's like when the new characters aren't as interesting, it's like, well, fuck, I don't give a shit. You know,
Which I thought what they were gonna do with Young Justice Outsiders towards the second half of the season. I thought they were gonna do the thing where it's like it's the Outsiders now. It's Beast Boy. It's Cassandra, not Cassandra Cain. Cassie.
Wonder Girl.
No. Wonder Girl. Yeah, Wonder Girl. Tim Drake, Robin. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna go through this team now, and
it's
they're
the
the
third
new
team.
team. Yeah. But they didn't do that at all. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess we're gonna. And I don't love Brion or Halo. Like, they're just not great characters.
They were fine.
You know?
Like Halo was interesting.
And part of it is just I'm tired of hearing.
Again,
Troy
I forgot that they existed until you brought them up.
I'm tired of hearing Troy Baker's voice doing that same accent that he does as Brion.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, I get it. You're from a different country. Okay, cool. Can we move on to other characters I care more about? But yeah, it's something, I guess. Season 4 is getting better. It is.
Okay. And I've heard good things. I've heard mostly good things. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. I'll wait till
it's not as engaging of a show
like...
anymore. It's not as engaging of a show anymore.
That makes sense.
That's true.
I think that was always going to happen, though. It was never going to reach the expectations that people had for it. Yeah, so I almost feel like it might have been better if instead of bringing back Young Justice Season 3, it should have been Greg Weisman doing another thing in the Young Justice universe, you know, about the Outsiders. Or, you know.
If they ever bring back Spectacular Spider-Man, I think Young Justice is an example of what it will look like.
I would like if they bring back Spectacular, I hope it's a Spider-Gwen show instead. Like that's the only thing that could like work for me, or it's a Miles show, you know.
I think they could do a thing where it's like he teams up with someone, you know, and you follow a team instead.
Oh,
I think that would work.
Oh, you know what show was like that? That was Ultimate
Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
No, that was Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man was him on a team.
Again. I didn't hate the Warriors thing.
I rewatched an episode of it. I actually rewatched one episode. I kind of hate it. It's really not my thing.
Is it that bad?
I don't hate it. I just really don't like it. Because it's just like
season 1 isn't bad. I know season 1 is actually pretty good from what I remember, but maybe
I wasn't into any of it, man. I like just the way they wrote him. He just felt such like a Deadpool clone, and then all the Shield stuff just didn't work for me.
I guess. I like the idea that it was a new team of people.
That's fair, but it's like I don't like Peter on a team. I feel like he works best when he's just like his own guy, and then at best he should be like high school Peter being the leader of a team is weird to me because he's still in high school. You know,
and he's going through that. Yeah.
Especially since it's a Peter that was a Peter we didn't know. It was fucking Drake Bell Peter.
That makes sense.
You know, I don't know. I watched the first few minutes of that Jesse crossover. And I was like, boy, I am not into this.
That's not a good example. I think it gets worse as the show goes on. Yeah. And Kane is like the only good character towards like season 4 of the show, I think, because like he actually has like some depth to him. Okay. But then other than that, I'm like, it's fine. It's better than Marvel's Spider-Man. It's miles better than
that's a very
Spider-Man.
low fucking bar. That's a low fucking bar. What the fuck is going on
in
my hair right now? It is going crazy.
I don't think I will ever be able to rewatch Marvel's Spider-Man like that on entire show because they're just.
I can't believe you watched it to begin. You rewatched as in you watched it all already? You've seen it?
I watched it. I've watched it all. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't know why I did, but I did.
I applaud you for your willpower.
I think I did it because it was hard. I will be honest. Some of the Carnage stuff or like the Venom stuff they do towards the middle of the season, I'm like, don't give a fuck. Can I just go to the kitchen and make pancakes while I'm watching this thing in the background? That's what I did for like most of watching the show. And it was, I don't know. The show like occasionally will get some small things right, like randomly, and I'll be like, okay, that's cool. And then everything else will be other dog shit, and I'll be like, okay, fuck, this is other dog shit.
Like the Superior Spider-Man stuff was kind of, it looked interesting to me. The Superior stuff, it mainly looked interesting because it's cool that they were adapting it. But like, I don't really know if it like succeeded.
But it doesn't fit the tone of that show. It does not.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Yeah,
because it's like he died and he's dead
Yeah.
and he doesn't work because it's like he's dead.
Yeah.
And then he keeps drawing. I know people like it, but he keeps drawing the "with great power comes with great responsibility" as a chemical formula, where it's like
That's weird.
W.
That's who.
Great
Wait, people
power,
like that? I'm
equilibrium,
sorry. That's weird
great-
to me.
Some people like that, and I'm like,
That's
that's
just,
so
it's a sentence.
fucking.
Does
It's
Peter knows how
I get it's
sentences work, right?
because the point of that show was to get kids interested in science,
And I get that,
guess.
and that's cool as
That
hell. I
doesn't-
actually really dig that.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like it feels like they from what I saw, granted, I mainly only saw like season 1, the first few episodes. From what I saw, it felt really forced. It felt like everything has to be science related. Everything has to be like science is a solution. It felt like a I don't know the best way to phrase it, but it felt like they were like
Artificial
Their agenda
expression
was
of
clear,
science.
you know. Yeah.
It felt like it wasn't because I mean, I didn't study in like a magnet school, but I took advanced AP courses and I took science classes and stuff.
Yeah, same.
None of that is in any way sense of realistic. And
Yeah, it felt like a
Spider-Man
sci-fi show
I'm
more
fine
than
with that.
anything. Yeah.
It became
Whereas
a
like
sci-fi show. If they-
spectacular, like not to toot the horn of spectacular all the time, like I always fucking do. Science, they use science a good amount in that fucking show, and
do.
it felt like real almost. Like obviously, like there were
not
extreme
all of it
instances.
was, but like biology, those biology episodes were like, okay, that is a
and
good
every
way
episode
of
was named
representing-
after a science thing.
yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and I mean that's how I like because I think one of them is named thermodynamics or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is thermodynamics? And that's how I looked up thermodynamics as a kid. And it's like I think there is a place to this day because the one thing I think we need all the time, and part of it is just my bias. We need a Spider-Man show for kids, and we need a Batman show for kids.
Yeah.
We need two of these things. And Kate
And I think
is
I think
scaring
a Superman show also, but that's
we
besides
should
the
also get a Superman because the original was good. We just haven't
great, yeah.
had enough of them.
Yeah.
But I think with Batman shows, you show Batman as a positive figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Batman is cool and he's rad as fuck, but you show him as a positive figure that can influence kids for the better. Because that's what the Batman 2004 first show did, because it showed Batgirl and Robin, and it was like he's taking these kids in, and like Robin and Batgirl are your self-insert characters throughout like the entirety of season 3 to 5, and like that worked for kids, that like because they were cool, but then also they were responsible, and each episode was about teaching some kind of responsibility to kids, you know. And only looking back and focusing on it do you realize that now, but then subliminally as a kid you get those messages. And then with Spider-Man, you can show a kid like actually care about school sometimes. I think that's kind of important to show, like, okay, you can do a Spider-Man show that like makes a kid care about school. And I think Spectacular,
and he was a
good
nerd
balance with
character.
that.
He's a nerdy character that like is the cool guy, you know. Not the cool guy, but like within the context of the story, you know. And also you have other
He's
characters.
still friends with.
Then you have other characters like Gwen, who is like the nerdy girl but still the cool popular girl, to show like, oh, Peter gets picked on because he's a fucking loser, not because he's a nerd. You know, that's what I think Tasm did really well.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think because I mean I know and people will always compare the comics and stuff, but the comics did a thing of like completely isolating Peter Parker from his social environment, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Like high school wise, where he was like just on his own group with a bunch of other people. And I haven't read a lot of the original Ditko Lee stuff, but from my understanding, he was kind of an ass. Like when he started off.
he's a piece of
And it's
shit.
like-
Yeah.
And I think that has been reinvented for the better to show Spider-Man as just kind of
It's been
he's a good
modernized.
kid.
Yeah, it's been fucking
you know,
60 years since that shit came out. Yeah, like there's like, yeah, and like also how do you make a long form thing? Like it works for comics and stuff, and it works for the way that Stan Lee writes comics, where like there's constant text bubbles telling you exactly what's happening all the fucking time.
Monologues, monologues, and monologues,
constant. But it's like, how do you make a show like not in that format and make the character like the positive role model still?
You develop them with other characters.
Yeah.
And I think, and now that this show is like, it is, as much as Marvel Spider-Man sucked, and I think it was bad and it wasn't doing the right thing, because I remember at some points it was, I forgot what it was, but it did something. It kind of taught kids the wrong lesson about something.
Oh,
And
really?
I was complaining about it on Twitter for something. I forgot what it was, but it was something that I was like really mad about, and I went to Twitter fucking furious because I'm a
Classic
dumb bitch.
Spider-Man Twitter.
But now that the show is gone, kids don't really have like another Spider-Man show to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
And
like, there's the new one.
that
There's
is
the,
kind of
but that's
sad.
like that's for like little kids.
That's for
and
kids.
like there's a place for that. There is, and I really like that.
Yeah.
But it is strange how like you'd think
You're
Disney
not going to
Plus would have
advertise that
something.
show to. I think they should start working on something else, and I think
Yeah.
get a new development team, get some unknown people in. I feel like we keep going back to the drawing board with Slot or even with Wiseman and with all these other people who worked on these shows. Let them do other stuff. Bring in a completely new team of just like some other people and see if they can come up with something new. Because I don't think we need Spectacular again. I think we just need something new for kids.
I think we need something that
fear.
is the cultural equivalent of Spectacular. Of like not even like, and I think maybe like I think maybe that means a show similar to Spectacular in the way that it took itself seriously, and being both for older audiences and younger audiences, but for maybe Peter and Miles, like older, like basically Spider-Verse, like 30-year-old Peter and 16-year-old Miles, because like that's the way to modernize that, I think.
I think there's a place. I mean, Miles' story has been told so many times now that I feel like
Miles'
some
origin
are kind of
absolutely has,
from the origin.
Yeah,
but I feel like you can tell like a teenage Miles story.
Yeah,
like
we see very rarely do we see a Peter and Miles team up. It's like only the games and then the Spider-Man comics, which are like only 2 short miniseries, and then like Avengers stuff for like certain events.
Kind of the games for some kids has replaced that because so many kids are more into gaming now that like I think people who play Marvel Spider-Man kind of get some of those things of like, okay, you have a teacher, you have a mentor figure, you're inspiring other kids, and
I think it's a matter of the games haven't got, because the second game hasn't come out yet. We actually haven't really gotten that. Like we've gotten hints to it. We've been told that Peter is his mentor, and we've got a couple scenes of it, but it's like we haven't really had a proper story that like does it.
I don't know the rating because I think it's rated for teens. I don't think it's M because it's a Spider-Man game, but I think Miles Morales is a great game for kids to play.
Yeah, no, it is.
Like if you have a PS5 or it's not now on PS4, right?
It came out on both originally. It just wasn't really optimized the best for PS4 in terms of like textures wouldn't load and stuff. But
but I mean that's a good game.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
It did
for
really well.
Teenagers
It sold super well.
Yeah. And my worry now with Batman Cape Crusader is kind of what we were talking about of just like they're bringing back the same creators. I'm terrified of that. Like, because the way DC animation has been going is like they've just been advertising to us. They're not trying to find a new audience anymore. And it's like, stop advertising to us. We're only going to watch your product for so long until we get burned out. I think.
And like, especially with like the thing that's annoying, like the Batman animated series was good because the limitations of the censorship like really helped the creators, and told them like, and let them do things. Like they had to work around their limitations and stuff, and that's the thing we always fucking talk about. But like,
I mean, did you see the High Top video?
I haven't yet. I need to.
He posted today.
I haven't seen it yet.
He talks. I mean, he doesn't talk about the limitations, but those visuals in that episode are based on the limitations. Without those, that episode wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, and like the way that they were talking about this new one on Fandom makes me think, oh boy, this is gonna be like a dark, mature one, and it's gonna have there's gonna be no censorship, and like censorship is bad, but at the same time, like I don't want to see I don't want to see gore in a Batman thing, I don't want to see tits in a Batman property,
I'm afraid I don't think it's gonna be rated R, but I do think it's gonna be. You think it might be rated R?
I think it might be. Yeah, just I don't know.
No.
And just the thing that really concerns me, less of that, but like the way that Bruce Timm was talking about it. Like, I know Bruce Timm made the animated series, and it's like the best Batman thing ever, and yada yada, like fucking whatever. It's not my favorite. It's not our favorite Batman thing, but like
it's not just him. It's Dano too. Like it's other
people.
Yeah,
Paul Dini fucking
Dini,
like
not Dano. God damn it.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
No, Paul Dini did Paul Dini did a lot of the heavy lifting, and that's why Arkham City is fucking great. Is why Arkham Asylum is fucking great. Is why Arkham Knight's not that great because Paul Dini was in all of those except one. But it's like the way that Bruce Timm was like, yeah, Batman is the real person and Bruce Wayne is the mask. I'm like, oh no, not again.
Yeah.
Like
he was not born with a fucking Batman costume, dude.
But yeah,
every writer needs to understand.
Batman is a shell over Bruce Wayne, over the real Bruce Wayne that he has built up over himself because of his trauma that he has to unshed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think the ideal arc for Batman, if you're doing like an Invincible story, is to go through
Is to
that
have him go,
shedding
yeah,
process.
and that's what Tom King. That's
Yeah,
what Tom King was doing, and then they canceled his book. You know.
yeah, and
But like the thing, like you're so right though. Like we keep going back to these old creators. We keep going back to the people that made shit back in the fucking 90s and the early 2000s.
and some of them are great. Some
And
of them
they are
great.
great.
But we
They're
do,
great creators, but it's like culturally, the idea of the characters has moved on for a lot of people, like has evolved.
Yeah,
And so it's like when we go back to the people that made shit in the 90s, it's like fuck. There's a chance that it might feel like it's still in the 90s. There's a chance that,
I mean, like think about it this way, right? If Tim Burton made Batman and Batman Returns, right, and then they got Schumacher in to do the next ones, they got other writers. It was kind of fucked. Akiva Goldsman is now writing Titans. I don't know if he really knows what the fuck he's doing with a lot of these characters. I'm not gonna say anything about him. He's probably a great guy. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with Titans, right? But imagine if instead for the Nolan movies, instead of going the Nolan direction, they said, "Hey, Tim Burton, you can have the Batman movies back. Bring back the Batman movies."
We would be stuck in a circle. We'd be stuck in a cycle.
Exactly.
And like even a Spectacular Spider-Man were to come back in season 3, and even if it was good, even if it was fucking great, you know, it would still be high school Peter Parker. And I am over it. A lot of people are over it. We have moved and granted, the casual audiences probably not. Casual audiences are probably fine with it, like whatever. But a lot of the fans are like, fucking, we've watched him grow up. We've grown up with him. Let's move the fuck on. It's the same. It's the same with Batman. You know,
give our kids something else to grow up with.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's what
Miles is here for. That's what Gwen is here for. You know,
exactly. They should just make a fucking. I revisited your make Peter a dad thing.
Yeah.
Again, and I'm like, they should just do that, man. Yeah. They should just fucking do that and let the pregnancy last for fucking 2 years if you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But just like eventually get there, you know. And I don't understand. I understand that they don't want to make these characters legacy characters just because they want to keep Peter Parker Spider-Man as the big popular IP. But if you do something new, you're going to get 2 popular IPs. That's what happened with Miles, you know? Now you have 2 extremely popular characters that you can
Gwen. I think Gwen is popular enough to be popular. So. Yeah. I mean, she hasn't had like a movie. She was in a movie, but she hasn't had like her. She's close enough to being like the next big thing, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think we're headed in that direction.
I think we're gonna get a fucking an Emma Stone or whatever.
At least Emma Stone will do the voice for like Spider-Gwen and something, you know.
Yeah, I want to keep Haley Steinfeld. I really like her. Yeah, I really like her.
Yeah, I'm thinking different stuff, like maybe like another like animated.
A TASM 3, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Do my pitch for TASM 3 in the fucking like 5 years. Hire me and I'll. Okay, now that I know that Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are dating.
They're actors. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what their deal is.
Get them in another movie together. Make sure they're okay with it, and then get me on board for something. You know, that's what I say.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah. There we're talking.
No, every time I now mention that pitch, I'm like, oh fuck that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin it for you.
No, I feel bad. You didn't. Because you can fucking. I don't know. I don't want to recast, but the problem with it isn't the fact that they were dating. The problem is my material is so.
I actually think you could hypothetically recast Emma Stone and still do your pitch.
Maybe.
Hypothetically. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same, but it would visualize that this is Gwen, but it's not my Gwen. Like what if it was Bryce Dallas Howard Gwen? That can't, you know.
I would cast someone else than Bryce Dallas Howard, I think.
Okay. All right.
but you get the concept. You are right on the concept, yeah. I don't know who I would cast. I would cast Kristen Dunst. No, you know what I would I'm maybe there's a way to change my pitch to make it Shailene Woodley instead.
Shailene Woodley as Gwen or as MJ?
I wonder as MJ, and then
you could do it as MJ. Do something similar to Spider-Man. Like, that could work.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ideal situation. They both say something about how they're friends, and I'm like, okay, fuck, I can make this movie now. You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But what else? What else was there anything else?
I just remember what I watched. I watched Halloween Kills.
Oh boy. Okay. Because I have also something else. I haven't watched it, but you have thoughts. I know you have thoughts because you were talking to Christian about your thoughts, and I want to also know your thoughts.
That was like the worst movie I've ever fucking seen. Really? That was awful. It was.
I didn't watch.
Granted, because I've only seen before this, I'd only seen the first movie and the 2018 one, so they were only good movies. You know, they were 4 out of 5 at worst.
Yep.
And I understand there are like 20 other ones that are terrible, and I get that. But like, holy fucking shit! How the fuck did this movie get made by the same people that made the last one?
This
is ridiculous.
I'll go first on something.
Go ahead,
quick.
yeah.
Christian
Talk about the movie you haven't seen.
Last night, before I watched Mission Impossible again, Christian and CJ were both telling me watch fucking Halloween, and I'm like, I'm just not a scary movie guy.
Yeah.
One part of it is because I'm a fucking, to quote Venom, a pussy. Yeah. And then 2, I don't know. I don't know. Is there something unsettling about Mike Myers too? Because it's like a realistic fiction. Yeah. And I don't know. I will get around to them at some point, but I don't know. Fucking middle of the night, sitting on my bed while I'm trying to go to sleep, watching a Halloween movie, just wasn't it. And so CJ and Christian were calling me a fucking pussy and a coward for it. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. I am a strong, able man who is I direct movies. I'm just a fucking pussy to horror movies. I don't know why. I'll get over it eventually. I
will say that the original Halloween is not like a scary movie. It's like just creepy. It's eerie.
It's just like a thriller. Yeah.
And I really that's why I liked it so much. For me. And that's why I kind of fucking hated this one. This one was stupid. So like, remember what I was talking about last week, where I was like, oh, it's really cool how he never enters the frame except like from the background out of shadows. Yeah. And it's always the camera.
I watched a Red Letter Media video on it. So although I didn't watch the movie, I think I do get a lot of what you're gonna say in terms of it. But I
don't want to go too into it because it's like fucking whatever. But like what I was saying about last week with like the camera is always like cutting to him. He doesn't enter the frame. They decided never mind with this one. Apparently, they have him fucking run. Yeah, the whole fucking point of Michael Myers is that he doesn't run. That's his whole fucking thing.
They watched the TikTok. They watched the TikTok where he runs.
That TikTok's hilarious. That's the funniest thing. But he he enters the frame and he jumps at somebody. It's like that's not what he does. And like there's this 20-minute flashback to a character that does nothing for the entire fucking movie. There's this 20 just to add a little bit of depth that has actually no bearing on the fucking story. They have they credit Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie, as like first build. She is in bed the whole time. She's sleeping. She's taking a nap this whole fucking movie. It's because she got stabbed in the first movie. She like stabbed in the stomach, so she's like in the hospital and shit. Yeah. And like this is the same night. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, from a movie logic thing, it makes sense. Like from the logic of the universe. This movie's not fucking real though. They didn't have to set it at that night. But they could have had it set any fucking day.
It's like, what is this fucking Arkham Knight or something? Where it's like it's just the longest night ever.
And that's kind of a cool story. That's kind of an interesting concept and shit. Then why have her go to the fucking hospital to begin with? Why did you have her get stabbed that bad to warrant such a? It's so weird because like all she fucking does in the movie is sleep, and then she gets up and then she goes ooh and goes back to sleep. That's her whole fucking point. That's her whole fucking arc. I can
imagine her doing.
It's so.
I'm just imagining her character funny from Knives Out doing that. It's because it's very like she's like
oh my stitches, oh ouchie ouchie, and like there's this weird arc. Spoilers for this movie. Skip like 5 minutes ahead if you don't want to check this out. There's this weird fucking arc for this movie where in the last movie when Michael escaped. There was another group of like people from the mental hospital that escaped that were like the crazies, which like that's a whole fucking can of worms that I hate in movies. I hate when people are crazy. I fucking hate it. And like it makes sense for Michael Myers because he's not crazy, he's evil. Like that's the thing, but he's just in a mental hospital because they don't know what to do with him. But like there are people that are like mentally ill and shit that they're crazy weirdos and I hate it. It's like that's the way the movie frames it. So there's this one guy who's also like escaped and like people don't know like so apparently
it's like a Dan DeVito looking dude, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
So they show okay, fuck, I don't want to do a whole recap and shit. But there's a guy who's on the run and he's mentally ill. And like he's just kind of like he's just having a time, he's having his time, and he's whatever. Apparently people don't know what Michael Myers looks like Apparently nobody fucking knows, because the whole town, including like the people from the first movie who grew up and shit and
The
got older,
mob,
and
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
they become
they're
a
not
fucking
from-
angry mob that like hunt down this mentally ill guy thinking he's Michael Myers, and they're like, ow, I just banged my wall. Michael Myers, they're like, oh, Michael Myers has terrorized this town for 40 years. He's ruined our lives. When all he fucking did, because they erased the canon of 20 fucking movies. All he did was kill
Yeah.
like 3 people in the 70s.
And then they're like, yeah,
And
it's a
then he
haunted-
showed up again in
Evil dies
2018.
tonight.
Yeah, and
Evil
so they
dies tonight,
start
right?
fucking chanting "Evil dies tonight" over and over again. That's their favorite fucking sentence in the whole world. They
Yeah.
start chanting that constantly, and then they like even fucking characters like Laurie see this guy and they're like, "Is that Michael Myers?" And it's like, "No, it's not. You've seen him. You know what he looks like." And then like nobody listens to her when she's like, "That's not him," and to the point where like they push this guy to like kill himself, and it's so fucking weird. It's
That's
this
what-
super. It's just out of no. It's this weird arc, and that's like the majority of the movie. It's not like some
You know
B
what's-
plot.
Did you see the interview about Jamie Lee Curtin's talking
No, I
about
did not.
how this is about? Okay, this is kind of crazy.
Is
that
it?
this
Is it?
happened,
A,
and
is
I
it? A,
only-
is it a Trump metaphor? I'm gonna assume it's a Trump metaphor.
It's an okay, even worse. It's an supposedly this is what, because Red Letter Media showed the clips. She talked about how she was like, this is an allegory for the Black Lives Matter movement, but we did it before the Black Lives Matter movement. And I was like,
no.
what? No,
Wait,
don't say that.
What do they mean? What do they mean? And
But,
wait,
like,
are they
it's
saying
like-
that the angry mob is the same as Black Lives
The
Matter
Black Lives
protesters?
Matter,
That's
because
the
they're like, you are
protesters?
not doing your
No.
yeah, you're not doing your job, cops.
Oh,
We're gonna take to the
no.
streets and do it ourselves.
No,
and it's like,
I didn't
it's
get
both-
that at most. What I
that's
got
what
was
she
it was an
said, though?
allegory for like it rang like, at most all I got from it was fucking like fucking like the Capitol protests. Like it gave me those vibes
that's-
more than
no,
anything.
because that's
because
what
it was a bunch of
the
rednecks.
problem with it. The problem with it, from what I understand,
But the movie
is
wasn't
they're
made
like,
before then. The movie was made
No,
before that happened,
no.
so it clearly wasn't intentional.
Not even that. The problem with it is, like, from my understanding, is that it's supposed to represent the Black Lives Matter movement, right? But then the people in that movement are like, let's take to the streets and enact justice ourselves. And let's do it all ourselves.
That's not what the Black
That's
Lives
the
Matter
Trump
movement
movement.
is. That's not
That
what
was
they're
like
doing.
the other one. That was like the other guys.
Oh my
so
god!
it's like they're writing
oh
both
my
sides.
god!
And it
Oh no!
doesn't
I can't believe she
work.
said that.
I
I
don't know
can't
why
believe she
said
said
like
that.
5 times.
There's no
She said
fucking
it,
way.
like, so many interviews.
Oh my god,
It's
that's
so
awful.
I know.
Because
so
it's not
funny.
even like a. It's like it tries to be really emotional about it. It thinks it did something,
Yeah.
and it really didn't. It really is fucking stupid. Because it's like. Because the funniest thing about it is they show these guys. They show the guy on the news. They show the mentally ill guy, and they show Michael Myers. They show them both. They show both of them, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it's that guy. That's Michael Myers."
Yeah.
it's so fucking stupid.
That's just a comedy bit. That's
It
like-
really
and
is. It's like a scene in a comedy movie where everybody is wrong, and you know
Rich Evans, not Rich Evans, Mike Skalska, or whatever the fuck his last name is. Mike compared it to The End of the World, or some, like, an old movie from like the 50s where everyone just goes crazy and starts rioting. Like that's
Like,
what this
literally.
movie is.
It
It's like
really
a
is.
mix of that and like a war movie where it's
Yeah.
like what is going
and it's
on
like
here? It
it's
just
so
doesn't
fucking, and
fit.
it's like the funniest thing is like while this is happening, Michael is just chilling. Michael, like he killed some people.
just
you
killing
know?
people,
He killed
right?
a
He's
couple
just
people.
going
Like
around,
he did it in like really stupid fucking ways and
something
shit.
with a tube light, right? Yeah. Like the lady
Yeah,
with the
like it's
drone or
dumb.
whatever.
It's really fucking stupid. But like he's like completely he's like on the other side of town while this angry mob is trying to kill him, and he's just hanging out in his old childhood home killing the only gay characters.
Yeah.
Like, which everybody said that was homophobic. That's not. He put them in a little
He's
he put
Mike
them in
Myers.
a little he posed them in a cute little position. He's not homophobic. He knew.
Oh.
He's like he put them together. It was sweet. But God, that movie was
on
fucking
him.
terrible. It was horrific. And like, even if you're
what I've
like,
been
even
hearing.
like the kills weren't fun. And like, I don't watch slasher movies for kills. That's not really why I enjoy like I enjoy like the tension, and I enjoy like the whodunit aspect of a lot of them, like Scream. This didn't even have that. It was fucking dumb.
was just
Like, oh
sad.
boy,
Yeah.
it was rough.
That's what I understand from what, and I still am yet to hear Christian's review of it, but
Yeah,
from
I'm
everyone's
so
reviews
excited
I've
to
been
hear what he
hearing,
says.
is it's just absolute shit, and like
It's awful, and it's like
just the
how
worst.
it was made by everybody from the last one was involved, every single person, to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
how the fuck, how did you do?
It's kind of
like,
it's like a situation. Have you know the Macbeth movie with Michael
yeah,
Fassbender? It's directed by the same guy. It's shot by the same guy. Michael Fassbender is in it. I think it's also written by the same person. I'm not 100% sure. The same people that made that movie all went and made the Assassin's Creed movie.
oh
Like
my god,
all of
really?
them.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Which is like isn't that funny that
That's
like
very
that
funny.
just happened? And I think some of it is just maybe production companies just management
Yeah, I mean,
changes around
maybe
a
there's
little
some
bit.
studios. Maybe some studios said the story has to go like this, or maybe some producer said make it like the Black Lives Matter movement, which that's her. Oh my god, I can't believe she fucking said that.
That is so.
I can't.
It's so
I
funny to
can't-
me now.
Like I
thinking
do not
about that.
believe you, and I need to watch this clip
You
because that's
need to watch the clip.
horrific. That's a
It is
horrific thing to
funny.
say.
Because she's
oh my
like, because
god,
she's so like excited about it when she says it. She's like, she looks
She
like
thought
this.
she
She's
did
like,
something.
This is about like the Black Lives Matter movement. And the funny thing
Jesus.
is,
No
we did it
fucking
before
way.
the Black Lives
No
Matter movement. And I'm
fucking
like,
way.
oh my god,
Oh my
it's
god.
so funny. It's so funny.
But yeah, I don't recommend it. I don't. I honestly think Halloween 2018 is kind of a good finale to
Isn't
it.
it
Because the
least
only
funny
reason
that,
this
like,
movie, the only reason this movie fucking exists, the only reason is so that they can have the trilogy, and then it could be Halloween Ends is the third one, is what I'm gonna guess that's called.
Yeah.
And it's like this
And they'll
movie only
still do another
existed.
one later.
This movie only fucking existed so that they could bring Michael Myers back from the ending of the last one. And it's like you didn't have to do that. It was not
Yeah,
necessary.
where it's like, isn't it, because I guess still kind of mild spoilers. Isn't the last one supposed to be like, basically it's Jamie Lee Curtis versus Michael Myers now? Like just
Probably,
again.
yeah. I mean,
But
that's
isn't
what the
that
first one
what
was.
the-
That's what 2018
Yeah,
was.
so then
Yeah,
then
I don't know.
why are
I
they-
guess
I
it's
don't
the real finale or something. I don't know.
I feel like you
I
can
don't
end
get
this story with like a fucking 6-minute short film, that I
Yeah.
can direct in like a weekend.
And
I
it's
don't
like it's so
understand.
weird because this movie tried to like analyze the tried to psychoanalyze Michael and like, oh, why does he kill? Why is he like this? What is his thing? And it's like I thought it was pretty clear in the last one that there is no like emotional reason for it. He is not connected to Laurie. He has no reason to like have this like emotional it's literally just he's just a guy that wants to kill people. And like that's what makes him so scary, is that there's not a reason. But then this one was like it tried to say something and I'm like, why?
Well,
and I really hope
it's
the
just a
last
dude.
one I hope the last one like confirms that nothing is going on, that there's no reason. Because it's like I'm not even a fucking fan. I'm not a fan of these movies, but I feel like that would be really fucking stupid.
I'm gonna predict it right now. The last movie is gonna end with both of them killing each other, and then his body is like gonna twitch or something at the end, and it's gonna be is he gonna come back?
Yeah,
that's probably how the movie's gonna end.
I don't even get it. Yeah.
But
I also watched the first
Halloween.
Fear Street movie. We watched that last night. I don't have a ton to say on it.
I
It's
remember
cool.
seeing this one video on YouTube all the time, or like the thumbnail for it that was like all the kills in the Fear Street movies or something. I don't know who made the video. Maybe it was like I saw it on Twitter or something. But that's the only reason I know what Fear Street is. But yeah, how was that?
It was cool. I enjoyed it. I don't like. There were some weird plot elements with like drug dealers and stuff, and like I don't really get it. But like it was cool. I enjoyed it. I need to watch it. We're gonna watch the other two eventually. I hopefully before Halloween and stuff. But we'll probably watch the second one tonight. But yeah, I dug that. It was cool.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a ton to say. Like, Maya Hawke was in it, and that surprised me. I did not. She was the Drew Barrymore of this movie. That's what I call people that are like the really famous ones that are only in the opening scene and then they die. Because that's what Drew Barrymore was in Scream. She was in the opening scene and then she died.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more actors who are like that. I was gonna say Justin Bieber in Zoolander.
Yeah,
Why that was my
basically.
go-to.
Basically,
He just dies. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of what else. I did. I didn't do a lot of other stuff. It was a kind of chill weekend. I did go on Twitter though. Do we want to talk about Twitter?
I'm so sorry that yeah. Speaking of angry mobs,
this is like the Black Lives Matter movement.
stop,
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ! I can't. I'm sorry. I can't believe you, but I believe you. But I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't.
It happens. It
Oh my
exists
God.
and it happens. Trust me, it's a thing.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
so fucking weird.
Oh boy.
Speaking of Spider-Man, first let's talk about something positive before we talk about Twitter. Spider-Man Lotus trailer. Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
It's cool.
That was
I'm very excited. Like, yeah, it looks really, really cool.
And obviously
Good
they still need to
cinematography.
do some stuff to like finish it because they have like a fucking
It's a
half
fucking
year
fan
now.
film.
But
It's a fan
It's
film.
just-
If that was it, if they didn't do anything else to it, and it was that's just how it looked, it'd be like, whoa, this is the best looking fan film.
Yeah.
It's a fucking fan film. I feel like
Exactly.
everybody's
And I
getting
think-
their fucking hopes up for this movie really high. Like, it looks really good. I wanna preface this because it looks really cool. Gavin's doing a really good job. It looks awesome.
Yep.
People are gonna be let down by this. I'm sorry. Just with the way that hype is, like, people are expecting this to be better than the Raimi trilogy. People are expecting this to be better than like basically any fucking movie ever made. They're expecting the Batman level quality. Yeah. When it's like, in reality, this is a fan film made by, how old is Gavin? 18?
He's still 18.
He's 18. Yeah. It's his first movie, and like, it's super impressive. And I think we need to view it through that lens of a fan film made by an 18-year-old for his first thing. Like, it's super, super impressive. But it's still a fucking fan film made by an 18-year-old for his first movie.
It's still, in general, it's just a movie too. Like, it's not
that too.
And like, even the Nolan movies disappoint people. No filmmaker is an absolute perfect human being. So I don't think. I think it's gonna be awesome. I do think it's gonna be awesome.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be great.
I am expecting people to like give like negative reviews to be like, I expected
Spider-Man
this.
fans. Spider-Man fans are gonna be Spider-Man fans.
I haven't known Gavin for too long, but I interviewed him on the podcast we did for Nightcast, and from my understanding of like what he's trying to do with this, it's very comics driven. It's very much, he loves Spider-Man Blue. He loved this kid who collects Spider-Man.
Yep.
He also loves the Before trilogy, and then he loves Smallville. And those things tied together is what makes this movie. And from going through this trailer, I can tell the scenes that are like, this is very Before trilogy.
Yeah, and I can tell the scenes that are very Smallville. I can.
Yeah.
I look at the color grading. That's an orange looking. Well, this is set in Kansas, baby. This is set in Kansas.
Yep. Somebody say we're gonna go. But I think with this, like even with stuff with. I don't know how, because if I were him, I would feel kind of weird about this, but I mean, he's embracing it with all the Green Goblin stuff where they tease Green Goblin. When we interviewed him, all the fucking Twitter questions were, is the Green Goblin going to show up? What's the Green Goblin? Who's the Green Goblin? Are you sure the Green Goblin's not? And I'm like, I mean, he told me clearly the focus of this is the emotional part. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the scenes with Gwen. Yeah. And fucking Alone in the Dark, dude. Alone in the Dark was the promo song for the Flash season 3 finale promo, and like ever since I listened to that song, I just kept listening to it repeat. And I think he was kind of in a similar boat because he's like, I want to use this song in something. So I'm really glad I got to fucking listen to that song again in a trailer. Like, it's a perfect match, I think. But it was a great trailer. The suit production looks insane.
Looks great. The CGI is really impressive. It's crazy impressive. Exactly. Gavin, if you're watching this, I am pretty pissed at you for fucking faking the Toby thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand, and I'm proud of you, and that's really impressive. But fuck you. You made me go into a lot of Targets, and I'm really upset with this. I'm really upset about this.
I did that with every time I went into a Walgreens, I would look and see if there were any kind of news.
Oh, is it there? Oh, is it there?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. God damn it.
I'm just surprised they didn't reveal it earlier. I thought they would have revealed it earlier if that's the case, but I guess they just let it go on
for the trailer.
It was waited for the trailer. It was good promo for the trailer. Great promo for the trailer. You saw the John Watts and Brandon Davis and all these people.
I did. And it's great. Very cool. Really fucking awesome. Yeah. I'm really glad that Spider-Man Twitter is finally understanding that people are human beings.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
even if they make movies, they can actually be nice people. It's crazy. It's crazy to believe.
It's funny to the only takeaway is, John Watts made a Raimi meme. John Watts made
and it's like, no, John Watts is a cool dude. John Watts has always been a cool dude. I've always liked John Watts. Even Mr. Billionaire guy who fucking said the thing that everybody thought was a bad faith interpretation and stuff. Like, I've never shit on John Watts. I love him. I think he's really cool. I just don't like the movies.
I make John Watts in jest because it was like, John Watts doing Fantastic Four, huh? And it was like, that was funny to some people. But I mean, he's directed Spider-Man Homecoming. And I fucking love Spider-Man Homecoming. I made a fucking 15-minute video on why I love Spider-Man Homecoming. So I think it's nice to see people be like,
he's
John
a talented
Watts is cool,
director. I think it's mainly a matter of like the way these movies were made. The way it's like studio stuff of like, you have to make this in 2 weeks, basically. You like that's really, and that's not a John Watts thing. It's a Kevin Feige thing, and not even Kevin Feige. It's a fucking Bob Iger thing. It's a whoever
Victor Alonso or whatever.
Yeah. Like it's a whole machine, And it's like blaming. It's like, say this is an Amazon warehouse, which boy, that's gonna get me in trouble for making that comparison. But like, say this is an Amazon warehouse, and every movie is a Amazon package that is packaged and delivered. Yeah. If there's a misspelling on the package, it's not really John Watts' fault. You know, no, it's say John Watts is the guy. Yeah, it's so true, so true.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that fan film is getting that attention and respect.
I am too,
because I think,
but also I'm worried about Gavin with like the pressure though.
That's what
imagine if you had this amount of pressure with Coda.
I asked him that
would be a nightmare.
I asked him that question when we interviewed him. I was like, there is a lot of stuff, like you released that teaser and like people are talking about comic book articles are being written like as we speak.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with the pressure? And the way he answered that question to me, at least then, was, I mean, I made this film, I scripted this out for a long time. So really the one thing that's important to me is us finishing it. Right.
Yeah.
And I really hope it must be hard for him, you know? Yeah. And I think a lot of it is positive, obviously, but it must be still overwhelming, you know, to deal with all of this going on. But I think, I mean, from what I'm seeing, he is really still focused on finishing the film. And I think that's good, because that's for me too. When I was, Coda is like fucking nothing compared to this, but when I was doing Coda stuff, it was like, okay, I'm still working on the edit. I'm still finishing the edit. And then I'm going to focus on that. And I kind of sunk myself into the work. And it seems like he's doing something similar, but at least he seems like he's enjoying himself with this promotion. And so as long as he's having a good time with it, I think that's really all that matters. And
no, seriously, yeah, exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah. I think Gavin, his best course would be to just ignore the discourse, ignore unless if it's like, you know, a big thing that people are trying to get his, you know, but like ignore the comments, ignore the people complaining that it was at 360p in the trailer for the first fucking 20 minutes, which that's just how which I hate to break it to people, that's how YouTube works. That's exactly that's how YouTube it works when you have, I guess like it could have been uploaded like 20 minutes early. That's not how.
Yeah, but they were finishing the shot.
They were finishing it. That's how fucking. Oh my god.
Spider-Man still on Twitter want 360p, and it was like I saw the chat was everyone was like boo because of the resolution, and I'm like, everyone was booing because of the resolution in like the live chat.
Jesus
and I'm like,
Christ.
What the fuck are you? It's resolution. Jesus Christ.
Fucking.
But I don't know. I mean, Gavin's chose to promote this at, like, I think the perfect time, because everyone's talking about different versions of Spider-Man, and I think for a lot of people, once this movie comes out, this will just be another canonical version of Spider-Man for people. Yeah. And I mean,
people were making like Web of Shadows mods for the Lotus suit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think like, but I think I still think that's a lot of pressure to put on him, though.
It is
still.
This is, and I'm just for what the project seemed to be. This is a lot of pressure, and
I'm just trying to think like this fucking Superman thing that I'm working on. I'm still working on barely, kind of in the background. If it had this kind of backdrop of like, oh, this is going to be the best Superman piece of media ever made, and Superman Twitter and Snyder Twitter was hating on me for it, and it's just like, fuck, that's a lot of pressure, man. Yeah, it's just a person making art, you know, and really what fan films exist for is for artists to like practice their art and get their name out, you know, and show their talents, not to appease like some random people on Twitter, you know. And like, I think people aren't going to get that. People are going to forget that this is a fan film. Still, at the end of the day,
studio product, because people are treating it like a studio product.
They are,
there's more.
Yeah, and granted, if this could very well, I'm just trying to be realistic, but this could very well be on that level of quality and like really blow every other studio thing out of the way, and that would make it even more impressive. That would like be super great. It's just a matter of like, I don't want to put that pressure on the creators to do that. You know, I want to make, I want to view this for what it is and not for what I want it to be. Or not, you know, and I think that everybody should be doing it not that way.
And I think at least Gavin is going, it seems that he's going in with the right mindset.
And it does, and that's good. I'm glad about that.
He's doing this from a personal point, I think, because that's when he wrote the story and stuff. And I think they've all had, him and Warden and all these people probably already had plans to like escalate this project to what it is now. And I just hope that they deal with the reception positively, and you know, because it is, you're right, it is a lot. It's really a lot.
It's just a big thing,
yeah. So
especially from Spider-Man Twitter. You know how Spider-Man Twitter can go.
Especially when John Watts DMs you. It's like,
that's big.
This is a thing,
and it's like, when really, I think John Watts knows what this is. It's a fan film. John Watts knows. John Watts gets it.
Yeah.
John Watts is like, hey, this looks like a really cool fan film, and like,
I've done
good job
these
on
before.
you.
Yeah, it's like it's
Like,
and I think it's just it's I think I'm happy for him too, because I think this also opens the door for producers as well. You know, like when John Watts DMs you and people write articles about this, like that's the thing with like my films. I wish I had a producer, you know, to fucking you know, like here's like $10,000 to fucking go buy some equipment and shoot something within a month. You know, that's like the dream, I think, for me right now. And I think I really hope for him that once Lotus comes out, because he said he's had like other original projects he wants to work on, or other like occasional fan films here and there that he wants to work on. I really hope that this opens the door for him, like beyond just, you know, Spider-Man Twitter stuff. Like I really hope he gets producers and people to back him on future endeavors, because I think that's something valuable.
Hope this opens the door for a filmmaking career with him if that's what he wants and shit. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. It's a very it's marking a precedent for something unconventional here.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
where I feel like a lot of the time in the background of her mind, we're like, oh, we're just video essays, we're just YouTubers, we're never gonna get a fucking job in this business. And I feel like Gavin is marking like a new territory now of like, no, people will still pay attention.
It's like a David F. Sandberg thing. Like, make your art, get seen, and then somebody will see it. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then somebody will hire you for something else, and then prove you're not gonna hop onto Spider-Man. You know, the Spider-Man movie is your first job and shit. You know, that's not how that works. But Gavin could get a thing making a horror film for fucking Blumhouse or something. And then if he proves his case there, then he might get a sequel to that horror film. And if he proves his case there, then he might get a fucking, you know,
and maybe he'll get a Spider-Man movie, and then he'll direct 3 Spider-Man movies. But then the last one, Avi Arad will come in and tell him to do Venom.
There we go.
And
now
then
we're talking.
He'll decide to do a Wizard of Oz movie, and then some way roundabout he'll decide to do Doctor Strange 2. But we'll never really know if he's Doctor Strange.
We'll never really know like what the deal is and like what the amount of creative freedom there is. Because the company making the movie has a precedent for not having a ton of creative freedom with its creators. So.
But he'll also be a fucking millionaire and a legend amongst the entire Spider-Man community. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, you know, worst case scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Spider-Man Lotus looks great, and I'm
very
really
excited.
Cool.
It looks great. It looks fantastic. And at the very least, this will be a good-looking Spider-Man movie with a good suit and cool cinematography, cool CGI. Like I don't want to, because I haven't read the script and shit. Gavin, if you want to send me the script, it'd be cool. But it's like, at the very least, it will succeed in every way that a fan film is trying to succeed.
And it'll be on YouTube, I think, right? They're just releasing it on YouTube, which means you can share this with people. I think that's the biggest thing with, I mean, No Way Home, those are big tentpole Spider-Man movies that people are like, oh, I have to go see in the theater. Okay, I'll go see it in the theater later. I'll wait for it to come on digital. With this, it'll just be there for people to watch. I think once this movie comes out, we will see it be shared a lot.
Yeah, I just have this concern, like, because I mean, I don't know about the actors and shit, and I have this concern that like it's gonna come out and like one of the actors isn't gonna give the best performance, and because it isn't gonna give an Oscar-worthy performance because it's Gavin's first time directing, you know, and it's their first time in a movie and shit like that, and Spider-Man Twitter's gonna fucking hate that person. Spider-Man Twitter's gonna go to their house and burn their house down, you know, and they kind of already there was kind of some bullshit with the cast when the cast came out. Yeah, I remember there was a lot of fucking shit, and it was really fucking disgusting. And I'm really concerned.
Really bad for what Tuyin kind of had to go through. Because I saw a little bit of that. It's like,
and like guys. I ideally everybody would give an Oscar-worthy performance, but it's a fan film. It's like I think people again. It's an expectations thing.
Even the thing with beyond it just being a fan film, it's just a movie. You know, like
that too.
Like what it's that too an independent movie. That's I think. The term fan film for me, like it should be a term of endearment, but then it's just turned into something now.
It's fair,
But beyond that, it is just an independent film. It is a film that they raised money themselves to make, and I think people need to remind themselves of that this is an independent
it's going to
film.
Be really what it's going to be, and this is my fear. I'm worried that it's going to be a lot of people who have never made a thing in their lives telling this person who made something
how to make
to make a thing, or that they fucked up making a thing, when it's like it's impressive. It really, when this comes out, the fact that it even came out will be a huge fucking impressive thing, you know, just on its own, and that's enough. I think at least, and if it's good, that's a whole other level, you know. That's just how these sheets are.
You're gonna do a fanboy rewrite Spider-Man Lotus.
Yes, I am. No, I would never.
Oh god. Okay,
I'm
so
not
I'll
making
do it
Spider-Man
instead.
videos anymore ever again. I'm never once I'm not.
Never
I don't
again.
have any Spider-Man videos planned. I don't have a single one planned.
Oh boy.
Name one
Speaking
video
of
that I have planned.
Batman season 2.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
Yeah. Oh
there we
god,
go.
oh no.
Speaking of Spider-Man videos, you saw that. Do we want to? I don't have much to talk about the leak, but there are a few things behind the scenes that I heard that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is so weird.
No
Did
Way
you
Home?
see the leak that came out with with No Way Home, with No Way Home?
A leak. The Empire
the-
stuff?
No,
Wait.
the slushy.
What?
Did you not hear about this?
What the fuck?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Maybe
no,
I talked to
'cause
you
I do
yesterday.
this.
Of course I
Yes,
haven't
you
heard
did.
about
You did
this.
talk- Okay. So this is
sorry. I'm
this
sorry.
is-
Just
No.
The slushy is
I
really
thought
funny.
because you were talking
Did you hear about
this
this?
inside.
Did you hear about the slushy? Did you hear about? Yeah, you heard about slushy.
No.
You had to have heard about slushy.
You had to heard about the slushy.
It's like Glee.
Yeah,
I thought that's where you were going with where
Yes. Honestly,
it was revealed
like
that
Glee.
Tom Holland got slushied by Tobey Maguire
So
on set.
you know how you're talking about the Spider-Man No Way Home suit is like
Yeah.
Inside Out or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's one minor
Oh,
scene. So if
that,
you want
yeah.
if you want no leaks at all for Spider-Man No Way Home, probably skip ahead to the next time marker or whatever.
What about? Did you consider that I don't want leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home? Did we consider that?
Leaks?
You know
don't-
I
do you
don't.
not
There's a
want-
reason I don't look at them.
Okay, then I can
Stay away.
probably also not talk about this.
Wait,
but you
I
were
don't think we
talking
should talk
about-
too many leaks unless
Then-
if it's like official
okay.
stuff.
Okay,
Or
then I'll skip over this. But case in point, people are leaking more Spider-Man stuff on the TL, and it's just people are being really annoying with it. Like,
Classic.
because I know someone I know was tweeting about like how, like, this is a leak that came out, but you guys probably shouldn't be spreading it way too far because it's just like a lot of stuff behind the scenes is going on. And then all the replies to this tweet were like, bro, I don't care. Who asked? Just show me more footage. Show me more footage. And I'm like, I don't. Guys, what the fuck? It's like, because they're talking about how like if more of this thing leaks, then like few people might lose their jobs and shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, their fault for leaking it.
Spider-Man Twitter caring about people's jobs? They would never.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's like, that was the first time I very apparently saw someone just be an asshole. And like, it's normal people being an asshole. Where like a lot of these people earlier, I've seen them just be like, just talking about leaks like normal. But then this time they're just actively, very, very actively, like just fucking chasing every single thing.
Yeah, most of the time when somebody's like an overt asshole, it's a person with a Spider-Man profile picture that has like 2 followers and it's like very clearly a burner account made to like to not to troll things, but made to say things without any repercussion, without any emotional repercussions for them.
Exactly. Yeah,
but like it seems like people with like big accounts are like calling people names now and like being like like fighting, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I thought we were cool.
There are people.
By people, I
accounts.
mean me. By people who calling people names, I mean calling me names.
Yeah. And it's I don't understand. Are people just like? Is there like some kind of fucking bloodlust going around in like?
I think it's just like I think it's like I don't even fucking know. I think like it's impatience, and I think it's like I don't even know what I would call it. Yeah.
Is it a fear of delay? Is some of it just that? Is like
maybe
we want more material now so that they can't delay it later? Because I mean, I don't know if I don't think the movie is going to get delayed because things seem to be. No,
it's a little too late to get full on delayed. But it's like, will it be finished? Is my concern.
Yeah.
Like
it's just so weird.
Like that picture, the meme picture that was trying to be the meme. That looked unfinished.
They said that was like, oh, it'll be finished during the movie. You have 2 months. They have to send out reels soon.
That's a single frame. Could they not have rendered a single frame of the CGI? Like, you're pushing it a little close.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes me think that like that's their presentable thing. I don't want to, like, we're in a pandemic and like CGI workers are overworked and shit, so I don't want to overwork them. I want them to be, I want the movie to be pushed back a bit, obviously, but it's a December movie, so it's not going to be.
The other thing too, with the way that they're describing this potential like Sinister Six or whatever the fuck is going to show up in this movie, it seems very tacked on, like really tacked on. My theory right now is my real theory, and I don't know if this is true. I don't think Green Goblin was ever in the original script.
I don't think so.
We see the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
I think
What if he's a
this
fully
is
CGI thing that is
that's
only there
my
for
thing.
a set piece?
That's my thing. I think that's what
Oh
happens.
boy! Like, what if
I think,
these each Sinister Six villain is Goblin gets an action scene. Doc Ock could probably get a whole thing because he was
I
cast a
think
long
Doc
time
Ock
ago.
probably gets a bigger thing just because they said they worked with him.
But like
a lot
Sandman's
more,
only gonna have Sandman's gonna get the equivalent of Hydra Man, you know,
yeah.
where it's like one action scene and then they're gone.
Probably
That would be
Electro's gonna get that too.
yeah, or like Lizard.
That's
Or
my
even
fear.
Venom.
My fear is that they got Willem Dafoe in to like laugh a couple times,
Just to
and then
voice
everything
him,
else is just, and he just shows up, and he's just maybe even when they are fit, maybe because you're talking about rendering issues, right? And just they haven't rendered all this stuff. Maybe it's because they're just digitally adding Green Goblin at the back of like a bunch of frames, and like adding a bunch of other scenes.
I don't even know. I never. Can I say something really like kind of off topic? I think the Avengers Endgame trailer, no, sorry, the Avengers Infinity War trailer has ruined cinema discourse. The one where, with the one that like lied about shots and shit.
With the Hulk?
I think that is like obviously like it's not a huge. I think it's pretty fucked up to a degree.
Here's the problem with it. In the Coda trailer that I released, I included like 5 shots that weren't actually in the movie.
That's a different
But the thing with those shots, those are just intermittent in between to just help space it out. With Infinity War, that is the ending selling shot of the fucking trailer.
Well, it's not even. It's not even. It's a matter of like. It's not. Well, like it'd be one thing if it was cut. You know, if it was like a thing that like the movie's not finished yet, we released a trailer. Oh shit, we realized the scene can't work, so we're gonna cut this out. And sorry, but it's gonna be deleted scene. And like that seems like that's kind of what it was with Coda and the Coda trailer. And it's like how most trailers work. There are plenty of trailers that have scenes that are cut. That's how fucking trailers work. But it's a matter of like we're gonna intentionally change this scene. We're gonna intentionally have our CGI artists go through and redo it with a different character because we don't want to spoil it. Because spoilers are such a problem. Because the first viewing, we talked about this last week. Because the first viewing of the movie is so fucking important that if you knew that the Hulkbuster armor was in it, then it would ruin your experience with Avengers Infinity War.
I want to make a video that's just called "Spoilers Don't Matter."
Yeah,
because a lot of spoilers just straight up don't.
They really
matter.
don't. Homecoming is equally as good if you know that Toomes is Liz's dad from the start.
It is better.
You know why? You know why? Because you can rewatch Homecoming a second time and still like it.
Yeah, and exactly. And I think, and it weren't you talking about it, where it's like if so much of a movie's problems are because the ending got spoiled for you, then maybe it's a part of the movie's fault.
Maybe it's not a good movie.
That's what this. Yeah, maybe that's what a lot of this is. Where
if I had Knives Out spoiled for me, like before I saw it, if I knew I don't want to spoil Knives Out because this is funny because I feel bad, but like you don't want to spoil the movie. You don't want your movie spoiled for you, but it's like if it happens, it happens. But if I knew the ending of Knives Out and if I knew who did the thing, and then I started watching Knives Out, I would still be like into Knives Out because it's like oh shit, the movie frames things in a way that makes it work. You know,
because the mystery of Knives Out also isn't who did it. It's like
how it was done. And that's how most mysteries work. That's why Clue is. It's not just you can just randomly guess who the killer is. It's how did they kill them? What did they use? Where were they? Like that's the reason that game works.
Exactly. And with Spider-Man No Way Home, it's where that I'm slowly just aside from leaks, because it's the leaks aren't really ruining it for me. There's one thing that leaked and I was like, oh, not that ruined the movie for me, but that I was like, oh, that's fucking stupid. But I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things. These leaks aren't ruining the movie for me, but they're making me seem less. I'm losing a lot of belief in this movie. You know? Like I started off going like maybe they'll stick to the grounded stuff, maybe they'll stick to the other stuff, and maybe I'll.
Spider-Verse.
I genuinely do believe the whole opening 1 minute of that trailer that we saw is gonna be part of like a compilation thing for like 4 minutes of the.
Or I think it might be the first 10 minutes, or it's gonna be really
And that does leave the rest of the 2 hours of the movie, but still, I'm like.
That was the stuff we were the most interested in. That was the stuff that like has the most weight and shit and story potential, and I just like. Just regarding with the whole like, oh, they're probably lying in the trailer. The fact that that's a thing that like I don't know, I feel like okay, my opinion on the Infinity War thing specifically with like lying that Hulk was in the movie and saying and then he turned out to not really be in it aside from the first scene. Imagine you're a child, like a little 6-year-old, and you fucking love the Hulk. You
Yeah.
love the Hulk, you know. I don't know who would love the MCU's version of the Hulk because he hasn't been great since 2012. But imagine you love the Hulk, and then you
Yeah.
go and you see a trailer. You go, you know, maybe you're not in the discourse, you know, because not everybody
just like the
is. I
Hulk.
wasn't in the discourse.
Yeah.
You know, you see a trailer, you see a TV spot of Infinity War, and you see the Hulk's in it. It's like, oh, cool! I really like the Hulk. I want to go see this movie. And then the only thing is you see of the Hulk is him getting his ass beat and then not coming out for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Like you never get that.
Yeah.
It's they are riding the line with false marketing a lot of the time now. They are really and when everybody was mad at Sony for like putting the Rhino in the trailers when he wasn't really when he wasn't in the movie. That is really not a whole lot different from, you know, putting Green Goblin in the movie in the trailers or the
You know what my other theory is with this?
Yeah.
That whole the only thing they're promoting right now with stills and everything is that bridge sequence, right?
Yeah.
What if that sequence straight up just isn't in the fucking movie?
I don't think they would go that far, but like
you don't think so?
No, I think that we've seen enough stills from it that make me think like, okay, I can see a narrative flow from these things.
Okay.
Which like, oh, you want to talk about the reason why everyone was mad at you and me before I deleted my tweet?
Oh yeah.
So
that was
so for anybody who doesn't know, where these pictures come from? Were they from the
Empire magazine? From
so
Empire magazine.
there were pictures that came out of Doc Ock. One was of him being a little daddy and choking Spider-Man. With his little tentacles.
Don't have to say it like that, but yes.
Yes, I do. And then the other one was him just kind of chilling. I guess I actually know what he was just like looking up.
He looks like for anyone who's watched American Crime Story, the new season Impeachment, he looks like fucking Sarah Paulson's Linda. He looks like Linda. He's like. And it's
remember
like,
remember that fake article that was going around when Dear Evan Hansen came out that was like, oh, they're gonna CGI DH him, and he like looked like a baby. He kind of looked like that.
Yep. He looks
but in that one,
terrible.
in one of the pictures, the tentacles have like kind of this red and gold tint to them. Not a tint, they're red and gold. They've got plating on them.
People are saying they're rust. It can't be rust.
It's not rust, no. So you sent me that picture and you're like, is this Stark Tech? And I'm like, oh no, is it Stark Tech? And we both made the same tweet at the same time of
like
basically
seconds
just
apart, like 2
basically
seconds
just saying, oh no, I hope it's not Stark Tech. Yeah. Like really not like that's like that's really it. And like some they were kind of
I got 2K likes. I wanted to mute it. But then I never know when someone important is going to respond to something, so I never mute my tweets. And maybe I should just straight up mute it.
Nobody important responds on Twitter.
People I know and talk to are like telling me to go outside and like fucking.
That's what happened to me too. That's what happened to me. Like I had a couple accounts that it's like I thought I had a pretty good relationship with you, and I thought we were chill.
Yeah,
it's
you guys know me. Half the shit I say is just a troll. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I like if it's Star Tech on it, and like some people were saying this, and it's like honestly, I wish it was just to piss off Spider-Man fans.
I also want that. That'd be really funny.
Was just to piss off Spider-Man fans. I just think it'd be funny because I'd like be in the theater and I'd be everyone else would be like, oh, okay, whatever, and I'd just laugh, and they'll be like,
I'd be like, oh, I would fucking, I would be writing notes. I'd be like, oh boy, this is gonna like it's like one of those things where it's like a plane or a train is about to crash and you don't want to do anything about it. And it's like, oh, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good to watch this discourse.
Which I mean, if I wasn't having a fever, I would have had the same exact feeling watching Rise of Skywalker. You know, which we keep going back to this comparison. I'm seeing more of it here. You know. Yeah. Somehow the Iron Man nanotech has returned. It's like that's what's going on.
Oh my god, literally,
I'm gonna hold out and I'm gonna give them kind of the benefit of the doubt.
Realistically, like I made this tweet after I deleted mine to like win over some other people to apologize to the people I pissed off apparently. By saying, man, I hope it's not Stark Tech.
I don't have anything to apologize for. You don't have anything to apologize for.
No,
it's
I know.
Funny tweet.
No, I know. But I tweeted, I was like, if the reason they're red and gold is because he's basically stealing the nanites from the Iron Spider suit, and so it's like not technically Stark Tech, but it is still technically Stark Tech, and I still wouldn't like that. But if that's the reason, and it forces Peter to like have to abandon the Iron Spider suit or something, that's kind of interesting, you know. And of course, he has to like improvise and like ditch the tech. I think that's cool. That would be the way that could like really be interesting to me. But it's like based on what we've seen and based on the previous movie, I'd probably not. You know, I don't know.
Because the other thing someone was saying is no one paid attention to it, and I paid attention, but I didn't say anything. Why is he wearing a turtleneck? Like he doesn't wear a
Doc Ock?
turtleneck in the original. Yeah, Doc Ock.
Yeah,
He's like wearing
yeah.
just like different clothing.
They're probably just trying to be more like the comics. That's really it.
Maybe that's what it is. I could see it just not being those same version of the villains. Like Toby and Andrew, when they come back, if they do, like they will be the same version because that's the versions we love. But then the actual like
But
villains
Doc Ock is
themselves,
like some other,
like
yeah,
just some
interesting.
other version. And then he says something about like, I stole this from Stark Tech and I'm gonna fucking kill you or something like that. Maybe I don't know. I think the Iron Spider legs theory is more accurate just because we don't see
Yeah.
the Iron Spider legs when he's like choking him or whatever. But that also is just weird to me. Like I don't hate it, but it's weird that like the tech merges with his arms. Where
Yeah,
like,
because I mean,
way,
the arms, the octopus arms are literally just robot arms. That's the whole point.
just
That's
robot
literally all
arms
they
that
do.
like push the
They have a
sun
knife.
thing. That's it.
They have a knife,
Yeah.
and they have a
I don't even know
camera
why
on
the
it,
fuck
kind
they
of.
have a knife. They just have a knife on him.
I
Yeah.
listen. I still think that knife is just like little tweezers that he
Yeah,
decided to
yeah.
use as a knife. That's the only thing that
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like it would be weird. I don't fucking know, but it's nanites. I don't know how nanites fucking work because nanites aren't fucking
Courtesy
real.
of Ray Palmer. Yeah.
Yeah. I
think-
I don't know. I'm at this point where it's like I don't fucking want to think about this movie for a while, and it sucks because it's like I kind of have to,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm just like the discourse around it has gotten. Yesterday it was really bad, and it was like really gross. I like multiple times I wanted to tweet out, "Boy, I fucking hate Spider-Man fans," and like
You
obviously I
should.
don't hate every Spider-Man fan, but boy, I don't like a lot of them.
It
Boy,
was
there's a
not a
lot
good
that I
day.
don't like.
And it's weird that Lotus was happening at the same time as
At the same
Like,
time,
that was
yeah,
just kind
and-
of funny.
Yeah,
But I get people who are like, "Oh, you're overreacting," and part of it is overreacting. But this franchise has burned us so many times.
yeah, we got.
that it's
yeah.
like I don't know. It's and I guess even so many times might be an exaggeration, but it's just like when something like this happens, I'm like, I don't. Okay, cool, whatever. And like
Yeah.
all my tweets are just for comedy. It's not even for like a sense of like anything. And let's be honest, even if the movie sucks, I'm gonna come out of the theater and go, "That was fun." I'm
Yeah,
going to say that.
I'm
I'm
not
most likely
expecting
gonna say
it's I think at the very worst it'll be Rise of Skywalker quality, which is it's a stupid movie in a lot of respects, but it's still like I think a lot of people on Twitter need to watch like worse movies.
Yeah.
I
They
saw
didn't watch Halloween Kills?
somebody said that, yeah, literally. Somebody
Yeah.
said that their least favorite movie of all time was The Last Jedi, and it's like you've
Yeah, I
never
saw
seen
that
a
too.
worse movie than The Last Jedi.
And it's because
Really?
I've only seen those movies.
If
Yeah.
even if you don't like that, like I get not like, I mean, sure, if you don't like that movie, fucking whatever, but it's like you haven't seen a worse movie. There have been plenty, like you've never seen Troll 2 or you never saw Birdemic on Birdemic Cinema.
Have you not watched the hit show Boss Baby Back in Business?
God,
on
banger
Netflix?
banger
No?
fucking show. But like it's just like it's almost and I hate being like watch more movies because that feels like such a gatekeeping thing, you know.
Yeah.
But you do kind of have to engage with more media if you want to be taken seriously when you're criticizing media.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a reason. Like obviously, I only monetize when I watch superhero content. But it's like I'm watching other movies still. I'm engaging with other. If I only watch
Because you
superhero
enjoy the
things,
medium. You
yeah,
enjoy
it's just
the medium. And I feel like
storytelling. That's how that
some people
works.
are here just because they like the characters, and then the
Yeah.
actual medium of film isn't their thing. So it's fine if it's not. You know,
It's fine if it's not, but it's at the very. Oh well, okay. But then if you just like the characters, then read the fucking comics. You
Yeah.
know, engage with more stories than just this one brand or this one company's media. You know, that's really my takeaway.
That's what's going on with the Eternals kind of now. If you've
Yeah.
seen the Eternals discourse, it's that Rotten Tomato score is dropping fast and fast, and no one cares about Rotten Tomato scores, and the movie's probably going to be fine. But everyone's going like, "Oh fuck, everything's rigged," and it just a lot of Marvel stands right now are kind of reminding me of Snyder stands.
Yep.
You know,
I love
And
how
it's
Rotten
like,
Tomatoes is always rigged when it's the movie you're looking forward to. You know?
Yeah,
But if
it's
it's
like,
if it's
okay.
a movie that it's a movie that if it's the other side, then Rotten
Then
Tomatoes
it's
is super
fine.
accurate.
Yeah.
And you can
And
use it
it's-
as
I
a
don't-
and you can use it as a
I think
as such crutch.
Yeah, exactly. And I
argument.
think with with Eternals, it's probably gonna be fine. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it in theaters.
I think it's gonna
but
be mid
I
at
want
best
to,
or mid
but-
at worst. You
Yeah.
know, it's fucking it's one of these things where it's like Marvel. And I guess maybe that's why they're successful. Is because it's consistency with Marvel.
Yeah.
Like it's consistency where it's like you're never gonna get something like atrocious with Marvel. The worst you're gonna get
Yeah.
is, I can't say this too loud because Olivia could be in the, like right behind me, but it's gonna be Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like that's the worst you're probably gonna get. You know,
No,
Thor: The Dark
she's right
World.
behind
Fucking
you. She's coming to you. She's
Oh, no.
David S.
Oh, no.
Pumpkin. She's the real one. Okay. But yeah,
but like that's just how these movies are. It's like and like the reason I don't like that, the reason I'm not into it, is because of their like consistently the same, and they're consistently mid at worst. But also like their top level is not to the level that I think they could be. I think that's where a lot of criticism comes from, and a lot of people like High Top and me and shit like want them to be better because they can be. But like that's the, I don't know. Eternals, like I was actually kind of looking forward to Eternals because I only saw the one trailer and I was like, boy, this looks kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of a DC movie actually. But you know, I don't know. I don't think I'll see it. Oh wait, when does it come out? 2 weeks?
It comes out 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks. November 9th or
We'll
11th
see.
or something.
I don't know. We'll probably have to do a podcast on it, won't we? Fuck.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll see it when you
try
see
to
it.
see it. If I'll try to see it that weekend.
We can do it the
if
week
not,
after.
but
I don't want to. I don't really care enough
I
to
don't
see
think
it the
matters.
fucking Thursday night
I don't
and
think
shit.
it's gonna. I don't think a lot of people are gonna see it in general. It doesn't look like it's
yeah.
generating that much like discussion, at
Yeah.
least because they did the premiere now and the movie's still premiering like 2 weeks later, and that's kind of
that's
I don't
interesting.
know. It's
weird.
weird that it's so delayed, but I don't know. I think it's whatever. It's Marvel movies. I think I usually make the meme about clout tweeting and shit, and like it's funny. And I'm still gonna make Halloween just hell on earth for you, Troy, because fuck you and fuck all my friends.
Good.
But I'm gonna break off all my professional relationships. But I was like, because it didn't affect me because it's just one fucking tweet. But I'm like, I can get why this is tiring. I'm fucking like, even because I tweeted I saw one of the leaks and it looked like a fucking just commercial, so I didn't think it was a leak. And I tweeted and I was like, can anyone confirm this is real? And then instantly, I like a minute later, Drifty and Hassan told me, no, it is real. And then I got like fucking 60 likes, and then everyone just retweeting and then DMing me, and I'm like, okay, I'm already tired of this. I'm just gonna fucking delete the tweet. And it's like I never have done that before, and it's like this is the clout Mithi slowly dying in me, I guess. Where I'm like, I don't know.
The more eyes that get on your shit, the more shitty people and the more annoying people see your shit. Yeah. And the more you're like, fuck, I don't really care, and I don't think this isn't.
It's not even a thing of me being hurt, because I'm not hurt. I don't give a fuck.
It's just not worth the effort. It's not worth the time. Yeah.
It's like I want to open my notifications and see Brian like fucking at me with Sicilian Murphy. You know, that's what I want to see in my notifications.
Yeah. Really, Brian. I only want notifications from the boys. I'm so okay. The fact that nobody has made, and the fact that Twitter, I guess it would mainly be on Twitter. The fact that there's not a Twitter Lite app that is just, you know, your follower. Like, I don't fucking care about the tweets that you like. I'm sorry. I don't think that's offensive. No, I don't give a shit about the tweets you like. I don't want to see this on my timeline. Too much
shit anyways. Yeah,
I do too. We all do. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about this. The people that the algorithm thinks I would like to see. No, I just want to see my fucking friends tweet. I just want to see the fucking YouTubers that
there's no way to turn that off, and I don't know why it isn't. That's so stupid.
It's like it's because the app wants you to stay on there and it wants you to get addicted, and it's like I have a worse time there.
They're turning into a For You page, but it's not a good For You page.
It's not for and like if I just fucking like it's exhausting. At the very least, it needs to. I think it should be broken down like TikTok, where there is the For You page, but then there's then there's the people you follow, and that's all you get there. That's what I would prefer, you know.
Or at least be able to turn off topics. You know, just turn off the topics thing.
Turn off topics in general, you know? Or turn off likes. Yeah. That's really it. It's that my timeline is flooded with people that I don't care about. Because if I cared about them, I would follow them.
I thought I followed some dude like for the longest time, and it's just because everyone liked his tweets, and it was just in my fucking thing all the time.
I'll bet you that's how like people like Xavier are probably with me. They thought they were they think they might be following me.
Yeah.
Xavier, follow me, please. Xavier, please.
Yeah.
You're the last YouTuber to follow me. I need it. I need it so bad.
Owen Likes Comics followed me like a day ago. I don't know why he did.
Owen,
But, hey, Owen,
listens to this podcast, my man.
He does. He
yeah,
does.
Yeah,
Owen,
he does.
Hey, hi, Owen. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude.
Owen's
I
the
fucking
best.
love your
Owen's
videos
the fucking
so
best.
much.
Love that man.
You're
love
Darren
that dude.
Owen, if you're listening, your Darren Aronofsky Batman video about Batman Year One and what they were gonna do. I keep telling people about that because I just randomly decided to watch that video, and it's just the craziest thing to me to think that they were gonna do that as a Batman story. And so, like, every single time I talk to people about Batman stories, I mention that video or I like link it to someone. So thank you so much for making that video. That was my shield to Owen. Go watch Owen. He's so cool.
Everybody go
He's
subscribe to Owen.
Cool. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man. I think that's what it boils down to, is Spider-Man.
It all boils down to Spider-Man and Spider-Man Twitter. Even Bailey is making Spider-Man tweets now. It makes me so upset. Bailey was my safe space. Bailey's Twitter was Bailey was the space where I could go and he would talk about shit that was actually cool. And I was interested. And now he's fucking tweeting about TASM 2, and I'm like, God damn it, Bailey.
One side of the TASM 2 fan base is Hassan, and the other side of it is Bailey, and then like right in the middle is like fucking Christian when he won't shut up about the fucking. I want people. Bailey, I love you. Christian, I love you. Hassan, I love you. Shut the fuck up about the Electro soundtrack. Yeah. I get it.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. It is really good.
I don't need to hear it like every single day when I wake up in the morning.
Yes, you do.
Someone fucking tweets it.
You know you do. My favorite part about that song is in that movie. That is the only way you can understand his motivation for the entire rest of the movie.
To me, afraid. What the fuck does he say? I
don't even know.
I don't love it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's fine. I don't love it. That's all. Spider-Man.
We have a lot of questions. We have a lot of Halloween questions.
Yes.
Keep asking us. Should we speed run them? Should we speed run them because it's the Halloween episode?
Yes.
All right. Do you have anything else to say before we move on to questions though?
Watch my Spider-Man Homecoming video. It will piss you off, and then you can give me more likes.
Yeah. Watch his Spider-Man Homecoming video and then dislike it.
Yep. Thank you. I'm gonna fucking
I actually think dislikes. I think dislikes are not a good thing anymore. It used to be that any engagement would push the algorithm, and I think now YouTube is like seeing the difference between dislikes and likes.
Engagement is a problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
My hair is fucked. Jesus,
that's wild. Love that.
It's like a bird's nest.
It's great.
Do I have my comb back here? No, I don't. So you're just gonna have to deal with my messy fucking hair.
We love it.
There you go.
We love it.
But yeah, what are the questions?
Okay, let's speed around these questions. Let's speed around.
I have more hair on my head than Jeff Bezos. So there you go. That was funny. Come on.
That was funny. That was good.
Funny.
Sorry. It took me a second. It took me a second. I was distracted by the questions.
Yeah, you were distracted by the questions.
Okay. All right. Well, this question's from. Hang on. Let me read through it first because.
I see Brian's question.
I just saw it. Brian, our buddy Brian McDermott, fucking motherfucker. He says, "What's scarier, YouTube content ID or your thoughts when you lay alone in bed at night looking up at the ceiling?" That's a pretty close one. I would say YouTube content ID, just by a hair though.
I was gonna say you, Brian, when you send me pictures of Kern Walters.
That's Kern Walters.
I also send other
he sent me an
Walters.
Instagram story. He sent me one of Kern's Instagram stories, and it expired before I could see it. And so all I see is Brian sent you a story by Dog, and I'm just like, oh boy, I didn't even want to know what that was.
Probably pretty perfect. I will say content ID because that is permanent. At least when I lay alone.
Actually, it's not. It's not. You know that, right? It's not permanent. It's a 90. The strikes are only 90 days, as long as you don't get 3.
Strikes are only claims. I'm talking about claims and shit.
Oh, claim. Well, yeah. I mean, you could dispute them and then appeal them and shit like that.
Yeah, I know. I
mean, listen. I'm gonna quote pretty much it on this. The king, Eric Striffler. You are in the right. That you have the legal right to do all the shit you do. Fucking like we always are.
Yep.
It's just a matter of how much are we willing to go to like defend that.
Exactly.
You know, or like he said, like every fucking video of pretty much it has gotten a claim. Every fucking commentary of mine has gotten a claim, has gotten blocked. Sometimes disputes are denied, appeals are denied, strikes are given. At the end of the day, they always get undone. It's just a matter of like, are you willing to wait? Are you willing to deal with it?
Yeah.
You know, are you willing to give the emotional energy?
If we didn't have the right, we would be in serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But we
and and it's just a matter of the companies like to manipulate the system because the system is very heavily in their favor. which like makes sense when it's regards to like posting fucking clips of the movie or posting the whole movie on YouTube. But it's like they want to
make transformative content. We can stand by that all the time.
We do, and the fact that fucking reaction videos are allowed to be a thing, like full on reaction videos of music, and those are allowed to stay up and shit. Us talking about a movie, you know, it's fine, fucking fine. It's commentary. That's how it works.
Especially when it takes us a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to fucking make these
and that's the issue. It's the matter of the waiting, and that's why I'm going to slow down with the commentaries, because I'm sick of waiting for the copyright stuff. Yep. But I'm just, good question. Do you want to alternate?
The answer is content ID though. Oh yeah. Next question.
Speed rounding. We're speed round.
The next one is Cole. Vampires or werewolves? The answer is werewolves, because for me at least it's werewolves. I think for you it's vampires because you're a fucking, I don't know why do I think you are I don't know why. Maybe
because I went off during the Batman v Dracula.
That's why
commentary.
That's why. Yeah.
But I actually I don't fucking.
That's why.
I don't fucking know though.
Because Prisoner of Azkaban is beautiful. That's the only reason.
That's great. That's valid. I don't fucking know. I really do like werewolves. I like werewolves for like the opposite reason of vampires, because werewolves are just like, they're just like people, you know. Yeah. And like it's only like one night that I
can direct a better movie about werewolves than I can about.
You can tell like a really sad story with a werewolf. Like they're seen as like monsters and shit, but it's like they're still a human. It's ironically, it's kind of like the Marvel Zombies episode when they were like stepping on all the zombies after they knew there was a cure. It's like, wait, you know, there's a person still, right? Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I think there's something you can do with that. Any overrated horror films? I haven't seen a ton of horror movies. I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna say, like, I love The Quiet Place. People put that on a pedestal. It's good. It's a great movie. Yeah. I don't think it's like the perfect thing, no. But it's good. You know.
It's a little like it's very fucking okay. There's one scene in that movie that just fucking bugs the shit out of me. I don't know if you remember this. Remember that old guy that was like random when he just shows up. He shows up in the background of a shot, and then the music just decides to go and like just like jump scare you. And it's like, you could have made something really cool there. You could have been like actually kind of spooky, and creepy, of just like, oh shit, there's an old guy in the background who's just standing still. That's scary. But it's like, no, but then they made it a jump scare. And it's like, it's pointless. You know, it's the movie's very well directed in a lot of ways, but certain things just feel very lazy and feel very modern horror-esque.
A lot of them are editing room things, I think, too.
Yeah, so it's the soundtrack. Yeah. But I can't think of anything that I think is like overrated. I mean, like I really love the first Halloween. I really love the first Scream. I haven't seen Friday the 13th. I'm trying to think like ones. I don't know. I can't think of anything at the moment. But look, Quiet Place is not a bad pick. Underrated horror movies, I would say like a lot of Blumhouse stuff is actually very surprisingly like. I quite like the Blumhouse thing, but that's not the question. And we're in a speed round. We're in a speed round. Speed round.
Is me next or is it you next?
Oh yeah, you can go next.
CJ asked, what that one doesn't count. What are your favorite horror games? I just finished my first run in Resident Evil 2 remake. It was amazing. I watched him play Resident Evil 2. Dude, the most monsters in that are fucking weird. And the cop dude,
I need to
looks
play
like Robert Pattinson. I don't know why. I always think he looks like Robert
Leon.
Pattinson.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm not a horror game guy. They're not always for me. Oh no! Until Dawn. Fucking, I don't know if that counts as a horror game. Until Dawn is my. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention. God damn it! I played House of Ashes. House of Ashes. I loved that. That was awesome. Play House of Ashes if you're bored. It's really cool. Okay. It's really fun. Ashley Tisdale's in it. It's like gorgeous. It's a gorgeous game. Really, really impressive motion cap stuff. Really cool twist. There are vampires in it. It's really cool.
I haven't played a lot of horror games. I watched a lot of the playthroughs for that one thing that was like a Last of Us game, but it was like just like a walkthrough thing where I forgot what it was called, but it was something about them on a boat or whatever the fuck. It came out not too long ago, like a year.
Oh, was it Man of Medan?
Man of Medan.
Yeah. House of Ashes is the same. Until Dawn, it's the same people.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Yeah. Because Man of Medan is the worst one. Man of Medan is by far the worst one. I played Little. Little Hope is rough too.
I thought it was cool. I don't think it's my favorite.
The twist in Man of Medan kills it for me, and same with Little Hope. But House of Ashes doesn't do that. It's really
Everyone
cool.
says
I really
PT
recommend it.
is scary. Until the day I die, I will never fucking play PT. I swear to God, I will never play.
I was gonna say PT's horrific, and PT is the
And
perfect. I'm trying to figure out games to play for Sunday, because like we want to do like I
if
don't
you
want to
play
play one
PT, I
game the
will
whole
mute the
stream.
stream.
I
will
don't have
mute the
that's
stream.
the problem. I don't have PT
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore. But it is actually the perfect party game because it's only an hour and a half long. It's genuinely scary. Like it's perfect. Whereas all these other horror games are, and it's free also. That was really nice. All these other fucking horror games are like $30 and they're 6 hours long, and it's like they're good for a full night. You know, they're good for like playing all day and shit. But it's like if you're trying to like stream and stuff, it doesn't really work. So it's like
I'll say,
it's annoying.
I mean, I played. This isn't quite horror, but like when I played it, I played it with my friend, and we just shut off all the lights and we watched it on a big TV. I played Stanley's Parable like a long time ago. That isn't quite horror, but it's like a mystery thing, and some things go in a dark direction. And I was like, this is something. I'm just not a big horror person, so I just never have played a lot of games. But I thought you would have a good answer to that. So,
yeah,
yes.
I would say Until Dawn. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I told you about that during the Dracula commentary. Definitely play Until Dawn. I love it.
Yep.
I played it. I need to play it this year. Oh fuck, I haven't played it this year. Shit, I gotta play it again.
Yeah. Okay.
I definitely recommend it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to say this. I say says is a ghost billionaire spookier than an alive one. Of course not, because the only good billionaire is a dead billionaire. that's my comments.
Boy, what did you say about me? Troy,
you know what I said. You heard me. You heard me.
You
Jeff.
want to go back to
me.
working in the? Oh fuck! You defeated me. I guess I'll just go back to space. God damn it. Jeff Bezos is the scariest villain in a horror game. The game being life. Best Halloween costume you've seen?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah.
It wasn't a Halloween costume, but oh no, I saw really. I don't know. Fuck. I go to cons and I do cosplay, so I see like cool costumes all the time. But they're not like Halloween stuff. But I saw somebody did a Venom costume. It was this girl, and like with Venom, he's got the big ass fucking mouth and the tongue and shit. Like, and you can't really do that feasibly. I did see somebody actually made a really cool Venom mask. It's Sean Crafts is his name. It was really impressive. But and he did a Spider-Man moving eyes thing, and I'm upset because I wanted to be the first one to do that. But so this girl made a Venom costume in like, she painted, it was mostly body paint, but she painted the jaw, her chin and her neck was the mouth. And so it's like the mouth was open, and that's how you had the tongue. And it gave off the effect really well. It was really, really cool. And I haven't seen a ton of people do stuff like that. It was really, really rad.
Yeah. This isn't maybe the best Halloween costume I've seen, but it was the coolest. When I was young, someone in our neighborhood had a horse, and so they kind of did like headless horsemen.
Oh, that's cool.
But like they like just ran in our streets like while everyone was trick or treating, and like send I don't forget, they were just like ghouling or whatever the fuck while they were like running back and down. It was kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know what the fucking yodel is. They didn't yodel like
yodeling.
But it was just really cool. Also
that's
the
fun.
Doctor Strange one I saw with the cape. That was like a moving cape behind him.
That's fun.
That was really cool. So.
I love fucking crazy costumes like that. That's the best. Yeah. That's my shit.
Yep.
I love those.
But yeah.
Okay. Fuck. I lost. What thing in video games or movies or whatever scared you as a kid and still scares you now? Fuck. Okay. Wait. I don't want to come out as. I don't know if I want to publicly come out as this, but do you remember the M. Night Shyamalan movie Lady in the Water?
Sounds familiar. I did not watch it.
It's a bad movie. I was like horrified of that. Speaking of Bryce Dallas Howard, that's who the girl is. I was like terrified of that movie for some reason. Like I saw the trailer for it, and like something about it was just like horrific to me. And I had nightmares. The way that she looked on the poster and on the like DVD covers was like genuinely scary. Like, I don't know fucking what it was, but that was like a thing that like I was actually like horrified of that thing. I don't know why, because it's not a scary movie. It's like a little children's adventure movie. I don't know what the fuck it was.
That's kind of
so David S. Pumpkins. David Pumpkins.
David S. Pumpkins is kind of terrifying. And honest, are the skeletons more terrifying? Like when you look at them for long enough, I'm like,
when they start moaning, yes, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, I think. Because I think the reason I have such a tainted perception of horror movies is because I watched, like, my parents would watch Indian horror movies as a kid, and like I was like, this is, because they're not all scary, but they're all just big jump scare things. And as a kid,
Yeah, that's
when you keep watching everything as a big jump scare thing, you're like, oh fuck this shit, I'm never gonna watch this.
That's how I was with horror for a while.
A lot of
yeah.
the movies I watched were like they'd go into a bathroom because they don't know where the ghost is, and they look in the mirror and they don't see anything, and then they look somewhere else and they look back in the mirror and there's a demon behind them.
Yeah,
the
or they
lights turn off and
close the
turn back.
mirror and something's behind them. Yeah, that's my favorite
Yeah.
trope.
And I hate that shit. I hate that shit
Yeah.
so much. I hate it
Yeah,
so
love
fucking
that.
much. And I every time I go into a bathroom, I'm like, I don't do it as much anymore because I'm an adult and I don't care. But like fucking I know a lot of the time I'd close the door in my bathroom. You know what I do all the time when I was a kid and I was home alone, because I was so scared of being home alone. I don't know why. When I was just really scared of being home alone. I would be scared to go to the bathroom because there's no one else in the house, and like if I were to fucking just shut the door, it'd be like I'm just alone in a bathroom, and then there's a mirror there, and no one else is in the house.
There's some trauma
That's
there.
just-
Yeah,
there- I was
that
just-
would cause some psychological damage, I'd
That's
say.
I was just like, this is so. Every time I go to the bathroom when I was home alone, I would have to open the door and turn on like all the
Yeah.
lights. Like fucking sometimes, and maybe a lot of this is just me being a total bitch. But like, my parents would fucking, the garage door would close, and I would hear the garage door close. And if it's like past 6, because my parents' house was not huge, but like, there were spots where like there wasn't enough light and it was dark, right? It was kind of like when I was young and like fucking like 11 or 12 or 13, it'd be hard for me to walk all the way to the kitchen because I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'm walking like not in the dark, but like no one else is around and it's just eerily silent. So, I mean, amongst everything, silence is the thing I think that fucking scares me the most. But it's like, it's just weird. I don't know. I'm completely over it now, but reflecting back on it, I'm like, oh, it was just unsettling, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Bathrooms in silence. That'll do it to you.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Bathrooms in silence. So a silent bathroom, fuck, dude.
Get the fuck away from that.
Exactly.
All Things Super says top 5 slasher movie villains. This is, I guess I probably can you answer this? Do you have any?
I can't really answer this. Mike
Answer
Myers
them.
is cool.
Rate them
Mike
based
Myers
on
is cool.
rate them based on costume then, based on the way they look.
Okay. The number 5 Mike Myers, because fuck, his costume is not creative at all.
That's fair. Hey, hang on. They had to turn a whole William Shatner mask inside out. All right. That's
okay. Then
that's,
you know what?
that
Okay,
takes
fine,
work.
fine. Okay. So number 5, then the Scream costume, because it's just
Go
a guy.
fuck yourself. Go
What
fuck
do you
yourself.
mean? It's just
Go
a guy
fuck
in a
yourself.
fucking blanket.
I was
That's it.
literally gonna count. I was gonna put Ghostface as number 1. Ghostface is the fucking coolest. Ghostface
It's
is
just
great.
I don't. It's
You
fine.
need okay. We need to watch Scream together. You would really like
Okay.
Scream actually.
Okay,
It's like
maybe
not
I
like a
will.
horror thing. I think you'd really dig Scream.
Okay, maybe
I won't
I
won't take anybody talking shit about my fucking boy.
But it's just a
about
costume.
my boys.
It's just a costume that's
They're all
like
just costumes.
I know,
That's what
but
they
it's
all
just
are.
yeah, but it's like it's lazy. I'm talking from a level
Shaking
of
my head.
like how
Shaking
much
my head.
production design went into the costume, right? I'm putting Scream
That's what was so cool. That's what was so cool. Okay, so that's what was cool about the Scream costume.
I know.
Is they literally just went to a Halloween store and grabbed one, and so they didn't have the
know.
rights to the mask for a while. And so
I
it was
know.
really cool. I know.
So I guess that's
I know
cool.
you know.
But
I
I'm
know
just
you
like-
know.
But keep in mind I'm an uncultured swine who watches Mission Impossible Fallout
There
like
we
once
go.
every week.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
there you go.
all right,
So my
all
real
right.
villain is just Henry
Okay, so
Cavill
you're
on a
putting
mustache.
so you're putting Ghostface number 5.
I'm putting Ghostface number 5 just because of that. Then I'm putting Jason at number 4 because he's just wearing
Interesting.
a fucking ski mask, and like it's just a
Okay.
grimy ski mask, and that's I guess it's good because it's unsettling, but it's just like he's wearing what I'm wearing, but then he's wearing the fucking thing, you know?
Yeah, it's
So,
like just
he's-
clean.
this-
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Then I'm putting Mike Myers because it's cool, but it's like it's Mike Myers.
Yeah, I guess.
Then I'll put Jigsaw.
Is
Because
Jigsaw
I
a
do like.
slasher? I guess so.
Oh, is it? Not really.
I don't know. I couldn't think of any. I mainly wanted you to go first so you could tell me who the 5th could be because I couldn't think of a 5th slasher movie.
Because then I'm just thinking of Freddy. Freddy.
Yeah,
Krueger.
Freddy. I would say Freddy's a slasher.
That costume, as
That's not
disturbing
really-
as it
that's
is,
the number one.
it's
That's
a
great.
creative costume. It's really
cool.
The hat. He's like Scarecrow, but he's even creepier.
Yeah, he's like
You know, it's
goofy, but he's like
Yeah.
still scared because like his that's cool. I'd
It's
put
a good
Freddy
costume.
number 1. I would say I would put Mike Myers number 2 just because like in motion, like obviously when you see him in fucking like Spirit Halloween, it's lame,
Mhm.
but like in the actual movie, especially the original, he is pretty fucking creepy. Like
Yeah,
the way that you
okay.
see his eyes through the mask is really cool.
Yeah.
Then I'd say Ghostface because fuck you.
Okay.
And then fuck.
I just don't think
I
it's
can't
that
think.
creative. That's a.
I guess
But I get
I'd
that's
put.
the
I guess
point.
if we're putting Jigsaw on there because I couldn't think of a fifth. I guess I'd put Jigsaw above Ghostface, and then Ghostface, and then yeah, I'd put Jason at the bottom. Jason's like it's fine. It's cool. I don't know. Maybe just because I haven't seen the movies.
Mike Myers is more creative than Jason because it's like
it's just like okay, it's just
thing.
I get it. Hockey, maybe because like I grew up with like Hockey Mask Scary, but it's like really that's the best you could do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Leatherface too. I haven't seen those movies, so I don't know.
I don't know what Leatherface is.
They're from that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think if this Evil Dead count. No, those are.
I don't think that's like a slasher movie. That's like a.
No.
It's like a almost like a home defense movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess those are still kind of slasher movies. Yeah, I don't know. No, literally. I saw somebody say there should be Home Alone where it's him versus Michael Myers. Oh. I would love that. I would love that.
I would watch that. I would very like day one watch that. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah. What other costume? Fuck. What other question? I saw
Olivia asks what's her favorite Halloween candy.
Said ratio. That's great for you.
Yeah, my ratio. This ratio is my favorite Halloween candy.
You go first.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. I think probably Kit Kats. I don't know. I'm into the crunch. I'm a chocolate guy. I'm not like a sweets guy very much, just because like that's what I grew up with more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Kit Kats or I like Three Musketeers, but they're very chewy.
Three Musketeers are too smooth for me, I'll say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like how smooth they are. Oh, Twix too. I like Twix.
I was gonna say Twix. Yeah. For chocolatey candy, Sour Patch Kids for fucking just.
Olivia's
like
very into Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch.
Olivia's a
Sour
big Sour
Patch
Patch
and Swedish
fan.
Fish are like the two things that I fucking.
Swedish Fish. I fuck with Swedish Fish though. I do.
Swedish
fuck with
Fish is the one thing that got me through fucking like 24-hour robotics club stuff back in high school. But yes, I'm trying to think of another can. Reese's Pieces get a lot of shit sometimes. I think, or not Reese's Pieces. Reese's Cups. Reese's
Cups are great. I'm not huge on Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces are just like. Fine. I wish they
were
might
as well get peanut M&Ms. I like peanut M&Ms. I don't like peanut M&Ms. I'm sorry. You don't like peanut
M&Ms? I don't like peanuts in general. Peanut
butter M&Ms suck. I will say peanut butter M&Ms suck ass.
I haven't had them yet. M&Ms. I like the pretzel ones are great though. I really like the pretzel ones.
Are good. Pretzel ones are really good. Yeah. But yeah. I'm trying to look at another question.
You
want to answer Scott's question? You want to answer Scott's question?
We'll get to Scott's later because that's a big boy. That's a big one. That's got a lot of weight to it. We can't speed run that shit. Fuck. Zero. Dylan. A bunch of numbers. Says, what's the scariest part in a non-scary game you've played? I can go first. I can go first if you want because I have an answer.
Yeah, go.
The not all of them, but the Scarecrow scene in Arkham Asylum,
that's
where the fucking game breaks. It's great. It's great. It's super. Like they haven't been able to top it. They haven't.
Because I was trying to think of something from Arkham City or something that's like more terrifying, but there's not a lot.
City never did that. City didn't really like.
Like the underground is creepy, but it's not scary per se.
Yeah. And also just like there's like a genuine fear of like, oh fuck, did the game break?
Yeah. And then it comes back and it's like
there's one game. I think Metal Gear Solid did this where you're like on
where it
drugs.
Addresses you, like it addresses the gamer or whatever.
Yeah, and it addresses the gamer and it talks about the games you played. It goes through. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. That's impressive. I love games that do that.
That is really
wait! Oh no, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. Danganronpa 3's ending freaked me out. Like they did shit. I was like, this is like spooky.
Okay. I remember watching or did Mauricio make a video on Danganronpa 3?
Mauricio did the first game, the second game, and then the anime. He didn't cover V3. Okay. So like because V3 is like a totally separate thing. It's like a basically it was V3 was the creator saying I don't want to make these games anymore. Which is like sad. But the ending's wild.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. I was only looking at the ones on the tweet. Did you have a bunch of them?
I'm just looking on the ones on the tweet also.
Oh, you didn't get like any replies on yours. That's weird.
Oh no, I didn't get any of mine. Yeah, nobody tweets at me. Come on.
Scrappy too.
Marceline asks superhero horror movie when. I'm assuming that means like a horror movie that's like a superhero thing. I think here's my crazy hot fucking take. Here's my crazy hot take. You know this take already.
Yeah.
Everybody coming close. Everybody listening close. New Mutants is not that bad. New Mutants is cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I dig it. I think it's cool.
No, yeah, we've had this conversation before, kind of. Yeah,
I dig it. Christian can go fuck himself because he constantly tells me how much he hates it, and I think it's fun. It's like a cool thing. There's some spooky shit. They're gays. We love it.
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where it's like I don't want to think about it, but I dig it. There's some spooky shit. There's like some actually like legitimately scary things.
I'm not like scared to watch it. I'm just like,
I'm scared you're gonna like it.
This movie?
You're scared you're gonna like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared about. Really.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, I don't want to. Is this movie gonna be a task for me? That's how. Which is funny enough. That's how I kind of went into watching.
It's really
Dune,
not. It's like, I mean, it's a thing that was like.
So.
I just like it's like a movie that's like, if you think about it too hard, it's like, okay, it's not gonna work well, but like everybody thinks it's like the worst movie. Everybody's treating it like the worst movie ever fucking made because of like the development hell it went through. When it's like, no, it's a cool thing. I really like the girl who's the lead, and then
Anya Taylor-Joy, right?
No, she's not the lead. No, she's she's the bully. She's like she's,
is it Maisie Williams? Maisie
Williams? No, she's one of the gays. The other girl, the indigenous girl, I don't know her name. And it's cool. It's really cool to get an indigenous lead in a superhero thing, and it's like not like a thing. It's not like it's just like, hey, here's the character, and this is, I like that. She should have been Katara actually. I actually really would have liked her to be Katara.
Yeah. Well, we know how that show's gonna end up.
Well,
my sister was talking to me about that show because she was like, they're making a show, and I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of ass, and she's like, yeah, but they cast like kind of cool, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know.
Kind of. The casting, I hadn't said anything about it because I was thinking about making a video. The casting feels very much like, okay, like it's good casting for a live action version of the show. But it's like, now that I see the cast, I'm like, did we need it to be a direct adaptation? Could they not have been aged up a little bit more and done something? Like, obviously, I don't want like sex and shit. I don't want this to be like Riverdale.
That's how I feel like with Percy Jackson. That's the same way. They haven't even cast it yet. But the fact that I know they're gonna cast like a kid for Percy Jackson, I'm like,
yeah, it's like a little too young, and it's like, obviously the kid's probably going to be a good actor. Like the kid in Sweet Tooth is really good. Yeah. But it's like, do I want to be do I want to form this, like when you watch a show, you form a parasocial relationship. I know we make fun of those all the time. Do I want to form this kind of parasocial relationship with a child?
Yeah.
And it's like a little weird.
More of a testament to us being uncomfortable and like we should just grow over that, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Potentially.
Because kids watching it. Because, I mean, think of my sister. My sister's totally fine with it because she's like she's young and she's like, I look like these people, and that'll be fun for her. Yeah, but then for me watching it, I'll be looking down on it. And I think that's just part of us growing up.
And just part of me is like, if this is for kids, then it's like, well, isn't the original show also there?
Yeah.
And better?
So,
I mean, I don't know. That show's just going to suck in general. So it's like,
exactly. I'm scared. The more I think about the Percy Jackson show, the more I'm scared for it, and the more I'm scared it'll end up the direction of Avatar. But Rick Riordan's on it. It'll be okay. That's the real scary monster, is adaptations of stuff we enjoyed as kids.
So true. Yeah. Do you want to get to Scott's question now?
Yes, and
the legendary Scott from NerdSync. Just asked, which he just followed me, and I'm very happy. I love when YouTubers follow me. If you're a YouTuber, follow me, please. It makes me happy. He asks, scariest Scooby-Doo monster, because that's his one thing. He says
it's scariest, not favorite. I kept thinking favorite.
Favorite. I mean, scariest. you could say favorite instead of scariest.
The night, the I forgot what the fuck the episode was, but the night that like chases Scooby and Shaggy around.
Oh, from that was in Unleashed. In the movie,
that
was a good
always
one.
That was always like, oh fuck, it's chasing them around kind of thing, and like I don't know, that always like had a thing with me as a kid. But I it's not scary. It's just like that was the most memorable. I think. Yeah. The underwater creature was also scary. I think just because it's like underwater, something glowing underwater has always.
The little diver guy.
Yeah, the diver dude, and that's like
that's scary.
That's something kind of
underwater shit's always fucked up. Yeah. The tar monster from Unleashed. And I'm assuming he was in the show also. But like that's scary to me because it's like that's like suffocation and drowning. Like that's like kind of horrific.
Because when you think about it, it's disturbing. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like, yeah, but the real villain of and everybody knows this, the real villain of Scooby-Doo is of course capitalism. You know, because all these people are just, you know, they want money because they have to live in a capitalist society, and they're forced to. So they're forced to go to turn to criminals, to turn to okay. Most of the time, Scooby-Doo villains are not that fucking bad. All they're doing is just like scaring people. Yeah, like even the Vulture was like stealing and like hurting people. The fucking Scooby-Doo villains just go rah and like scare away tourists to like, and like it's like the equivalent of like fucking.
Does that mean that the mystery, the Scooby-Doo gang. What the fuck is the actual...
Mystery Incorporated.
Mystery Incorporated. Why the fuck did I not say that right? And does that mean they're proponents of capitalism?
Listen.
Does it keep stopping them?
Listen. No, they're hippies. They drive around in a van. No, they're hardcore socialists.
Okay.
Actually, if anything, I would say most of the villains are capitalists. Most of the villains are landlords and people that are trying to up the value of land or lower the value of land so they can buy it cheap. Like, or billionaire, you know, that's really, and so the capitalism is the villain because they are capitalists. But the Scooby gang, they see right through that. When the cameras go off, they're socialist just icon Scooby-Doo basically. Weed. Yeah. Even Daphne, who's rich, you know, she gets it. She's like Hassan. She's like Hassanabi.
She's like Hassanabi.
It's like a rich socialist.
She bought a $3 million home and now she's getting canceled on Twitter for it.
Yeah, she bought she said tax the rich. She wore a shirt that said tax the rich.
Yeah. Oh god,
all that stuff's so fucking annoying. I'm sorry, that's like the least important discourse I've ever seen.
That means
leftists criticizing other leftists for not being left enough is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. I'm trying to cast Twitch streamers as Mystery Incorporated.
Oh god, okay. Well, Pokemon would be Daphne. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Pokemon would be Daphne. Yeah. Would Fred be Hassan then?
Maybe. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were still going with that bit. I thought we were gonna legit cast. He's not a bad pick for Fred. I won't lie. Well, does Freddie Prinze Jr. Does he do streams on the side?
Maybe,
God damn it! I wish he did. I hope he does. Does Matthew Lillard?
I don't think so.
God damn it!
He's too busy and she's all that.
Listen, if Matthew Lillard, oh god, fuck off. What do you mean he's all that?
Oh, God, no. The only movie is She's All That with
the only movie ever made.
Yeah, Addison Rae as Daphne Blake.
Jesus, Addison, legit. Addison Rae would. Okay, wait. Oh no, wait. Addison Rae would be Velma. I think
does that work?
I think they would do that. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think like, okay. Now let's move on. Let's move to Twitch streamers and TikTokers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying. Oh god, Logan Paul will be Fred.
Oh god, you're right. Fucking would. Jesus.
But then in Scooby would be voiced by like fucking PewDiePie or like Ethan Klein or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, it would be like Ethan for Shaggy, and then like who's like or Markiplier for Scooby.
I think
I'm mainly in YouTubers because I only know YouTubers.
Yeah. I'm thinking YouTubers too. I'm thinking, Daphne is Jenna Marbles. No, maybe.
No, Jenna's not doing shit. Jenna retired, I think, right?
She's not. Yeah, no, she's not. We're thinking current people. Scooby is Ethan. No, Shaggy is Ethan. Scooby is PewDiePie. Does PewDiePie fit as Scooby?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was thinking Markiplier.
He quit, but Ethan as Shaggy, or iDubbbz. iDubbbz as Scooby-Doo. That works.
Oh god, I think that would be problematic, but yeah, go for it.
That'd be problem. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's limit ourselves to like the people that would be an awesomeness team. Oh no, okay, no. Noah Centineo is Fred.
Fuck,
Noah Centineo would be Fred.
Oh, that is exactly what they would do.
Because realistically, Noah Centineo is the modern day Robbie Amell. He is. Yeah. They're the same. The same. He fills the same role. I love Robbie Amell. I really like Robbie Amell. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
They're the same person.
Are they gonna fucking? Because you know how Zac Efron had his whole arc of like being Ted Bundy and shit. Are they gonna do that with Noah Centineo?
Oh, like probably. He's gonna play the Zodiac Killer and something or whatever.
Oh god. He's gonna be the Joker.
He's gonna be Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh jeez. Oh
Noah
please
Centineo
no.
is the next Joker.
Oh no.
Velma is just
oh no,
Michael
okay,
Reeves
no,
in a
okay,
wig.
no. PewDiePie for Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy. Okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's what that's what they do.
Okay.
Noah Centineo for Fred, Addison Rae for Velma. Or do you think Addison Rae for Daphne? Is that better? I don't know. I literally only know it.
Addison Rae for Daphne is much better than Addison
Okay.
Rae for Velma.
Okay.
Velma is gonna be Michael Reeves in a wig. That's what Velma is gonna be.
There's something there, and this would be like the CW casted, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
god, yeah.
And then fucking.
I still want to do my pitch for a
Cameron as
Scooby-Doo
Daphne.
video.
They do Dove Cameron as Daphne. That's what they do.
Yeah, Dove Cameron,
think.
Daphne. Yeah. Oh my god, you're so right. Dove Cameron from The Descendants.
Yeah, and then
Dove
Chloe
Cameron's
Bennett.
Dove Cameron's bigger than I think the like.
I think she. Yeah,
She was
bad.
she was a
cool.
Schmigadoon.
She's kind of cool.
I like Dove Cameron.
Yeah.
Descendants were good. Descendants is a good movie trilogy.
Yeah,
I will
Does this
die
count
on
as
that hill.
Halloween movies? Do this count as Halloween movies?
Olivia put the soundtrack in our Halloween playlist, so yes.
So I guess yeah. Okay.
Yes, they do.
I guess they do. They would do Dove Cameron as Daphne, and then Chloe
I think
Bennett
Addison
as
Rae is
Velma.
Velma. Chloe.
I think they do
no!
Chloe Bennett
It's just we're just
Velma.
taking the
taking the Powerpuff class. Yeah.
the Powerpuff Girls.
yeah.
Oh god.
See, this was a good question.
Oh no! I know for who's Shaggy then. Fucking Cole Sprouse.
Oh god.
Fucking Jughead himself. You see this hat? I'm a weirdo.
Why? KJ Appa is Fred now. KJ Appa is
Oh
Fred now.
no!
He's doing his dances.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Fred.
This is such a rabbit hole. I feel like this is a whole podcast on its own of just
this is a
naming
whole
people.
podcast.
This is just naming famous people and then laughing.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, I love that.
All the U.S.
But,
president says the fucking Supreme Court
Donald
president.
Jessica Trump as Daphne Blake.
Some people would like that, and you know that.
Some people would.
Some of them are on the left, and some of them are also on the right. They're on both sides.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I think that's all the questions we have, I think that's all the time we got for today. It's been 2.5 hours.
Those are some great questions.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us on this commentary track. Fuck.
Yeah.
On this. Oh boy.
This is something else.
That Scooby Talk killed me. That Scooby Talk took everything from me.
Comment below who do you think which celebrity should play the Scooby?
Yeah,
game.
comment please. Oh god. Jesus. Oh now the podcast title is going to be Donald Trump as Daphne Blake. Oh no.
Oh god. What do I do for the thumbnail for this one? I'll do.
You gotta go hard. Put fucking Addison Rae. Put like.
What if I
go
put,
crazy?
Like usually I do the thing where I balance
no!
it.
Charlie D'Amelio is Velma.
Oh, Charlie D'Amelio is Velma.
Charlie,
and then,
Charlie.
And then Dixie
totally
is
Velma.
and Dixie as Daphne. I don't know.
No, let's say leave Dixie out of this. This is a
Dixie
Charlie.
Gets to be one
Charlie
of the,
only.
Dixie
Charlie
gets to
only.
be one of the villains or something
Dixie,
like that.
Dixie does the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That was
oh my
really,
god.
really.
I'm in pain right now from that.
Scooby Doo.
Oh god.
You're welcome.
I'm begging you.
You are welcome.
You've killed me. All right. I'm definitely muting you for Halloween then, because this is gonna be the worst thing.
Yeah. Usually
that Club Mithi's gonna be the worst.
It is usually for thumbnails for these thumbnails. I like try to orchestrate it with like one person in the middle and then two people on the side or two people.
Just put a whole.
I'm just gonna
a whole
fucking
100
put
people.
a bunch of people.
Just go crazy.
I'm just gonna put so many fucking people.
And you know what would help you actually put more things on the thumbnail?
What?
If you use fucking Photoshop. If
Shut
you
the
use
fuck up.
anything
Thanks for listening to the
besides Google
podcast,
Drawings.
everyone. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone.
Thanks everybody. That's Troy. That's been Mithi. Follow us on Twitter. Add us at Twitter if you have questions. And we'll try and get to them or in a speed round like this.
Yep.
A speed round that lasted 45 minutes. That was not a speed round.
From everyone here at Amazon Incorporated, have a happy Halloween.
Have a happy Halloween from David Pumpkins himself.
Ha 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 ha! Have a happy Halloween. Ha ha ha! There you go.
All right, see everybody.
See you guys.
See you around.
Goodbye.